Next up for the Grizzlies is going to be number 48, Colton Burkhammer. Colton carries the the West Virginia flag. No, I'm sorry, Jackson does that. Colton Burkhammer is the son of Sandra and Jacob Bostick. Colton plays tight end, defensive end, and kicks and punts for the Grizzlies. He is also participates in the NCHS baseball team. Colton plans to join the Air Force after graduation. He is being escorted tonight by his parents and brother, Griffin.
Next up, we have number 50, Tanner Lawson, is the son of Sarah and Scott Lawson. Tanner plays guard for the Grizzlies football team. Tanner plans to attend a trade school after graduation. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
The next senior is going to be number 57, Ronan Lang. Ronan is the son of Anita and Marcus Lang. Ronan plays on the offensive defensive lines for the Grizzlies. He is a member of the National Honor Society. Ronan plans to attend WU and obtain a nursing degree. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
Next up, we have number 62, Jackson Triplett. Jackson is the son of Jeannie and Mike Triplett. Jackson plays center for the Grizzlies football team. He is a member of National Junior Honor Society and FCA. Jackson's post-graduation plans are undecided. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
And Grant Jackson's who carries the West Virginia state flag out for us, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. And last Grizzly, the 10th senior for tonight is number 66, Isaiah Dillon. Isaiah is the son of Megan and Madden and Shane Dillon. He plays defensive tackle and guard for the Grizzlies. He is also a member of the NCHS track and field team. Isaiah's plans are undecided, and he is being escorted tonight by his parents.
Next, we have our two senior cheerleaders. First, Amaya Holstead. Amaya is the daughter of Peggy and Delbert Vickers. She has cheered for the Grizzlies cheerleading squad for 4 years. She is a member of student council. Amaya plans to attend Bridge Valley and become a dental hygienist. She is being escorted tonight by her parents, as well as Michelle and Bill Hinks, Stephanie and Justin Vickers.
Our next cheerleader is Emma McClung. Emma is the daughter of Sarah Key. She is a member of the National Honor Society and the prom committee. She plans to attend college and obtain a business degree. Tonight she is being escorted by her mom.
Football team and cheerleaders will exit the field to prepare for tonight's game. Good luck, guys.
To continue the recognition of senior fall sports athletes, we have senior members of our golf team. Braden Brown. Braden is the son of Holly and Robbie Brown. He is a member of the Grizzlies baseball team and National Honor Society. Braden plans to attend WV Tech and major in engineering. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
Braden is the son of Holly and Robbie Brown. He's a member of the Grizzly baseball team and National Honor Society. Braden plans to attend WV Tech and major in engineering. He's being escorted tonight by his parents.
And Grant, next up is our colleague.
Yes.
It's going to be Evan Pendergast. Evan is the son of Amy and Eddie Pendergast. He is a member of the NCHS golf team as well as the NCHS track team. Evan is the National Honor Society president, class president, and a member of the Student Council in Young Life. Evan plans to attend law school. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
And Brad, next up we have Maverick Smith. Maverick is the son of Stephanie Smith and Chase Smith. He is the member of the NCHS golf team as well as NCHS basketball team. Maverick plans to attend WVU to study business. He is being escorted tonight by his parents.
Seniors, your hard work and dedication to NCHS
And Brad, just so much hard work these seniors have put in, and just to finally see it pay off.
10 seniors on this team, Grant, and that's leadership on this this high school field here tonight. And I know the season's not gone the way they wanted it to this year, but when you got 10 seniors that were just recognized, it gives goosebumps to me, and I know it gives goosebumps to the kids and their parents and their grandparents. So congratulations to their dedication for this year's team.
Yeah, and just to see how much hard work they've have put into this season, and just for it, like you said, maybe not be going the best of ways, but still, you can just see the enjoyment on their faces, and I think they've had a fun season so far.
Absolutely, and not only the 10 high school senior football players, but it's great that they got the fall sport kids to come out here, the 2 golf seniors and the cheerleaders, the 2 cheerleaders, and at halftime, we're probably going to have some recognition of some band members. The band has done a great job this year. When we're at home, man, the band gets me rocking.
Yeah, they always put a wonderful show on at halftime.
Youth Sports Association. Ronnie Porter Lepler, Jr. Pete umbrellas. Could we give these individuals a round of applause for all that they have done?
So Brad, as we're getting closer and closer to kickoff here, how about we go through our sports report here. The NCHS boys soccer team went up to Greenbrier East to play in their first round regional game. Obviously went up to Greenbrier East and fell short there. But this NCHS boys soccer team, they're very young. They're only losing 1 senior. They only have, I believe, 1 or 2 juniors. So the majority of their team are sophomores and freshmen. So for those underclassmen to get that experience, I believe next year looks very bright for the boys soccer team.
Oh, I agree, Grant. And, there's some kids coming up from the middle school that's really going to push for some PT or playing time for next year's high school soccer team.
Yeah, and like we talked about, just for them to get that playing time, those 10th and 9th graders, I just can't wait to see what this soccer team can do next year. Very young soccer team. They finish off the season 9-8-3. But now let's go on to the NCHS girls soccer team. They played Shady Spring home in their first round regional game, and they won 7-0. And then they went up to Greenbrier East for the second round of the regional and lost 8-0. This NCHS girls soccer team, we had them on the Maloney Sports Report, and you could tell that they have been playing with each other. They said all the way from when they first started when they were 5 years old. And to see that hard work pay off from being together since you just started playing soccer to now, I think it's just it was so cool to see them get some wins in the regional.
Oh, absolutely. You listen to those girls, and they're hungry. They're hungry for wins, and that's what you want, that addictive attitude that gets other players to come in and want to be part of that program.
They finished off their season with 13-6-3, so 13 wins. It's pretty good numbers there. The NCHS boys cross country team went up to their regionals on October 25th. Eli Stover placed 3rd out of the team. Owen Groves placed 2nd out of the team. And Jaden Smith placed 1st out of the team and 20th in the region. And I just think to get that top 20 place finish in the region, there's so many cross-country participants out there. To get that's a pretty big deal.
Oh, absolutely. Cross-country has really took off in the state of West Virginia, Grant. And, you know, they do that run down there at Cabell Midland, the state cross-country meet. And it's a big deal, and I'm super pleased with the cross-country efforts. And another thing, these kids in middle school, there's both boys and girls coming up, and they're going to be outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, it's taken off, and you have more kids coming up. It's good to see the sport doing well. The NCHS girls cross country team went up to their regionals as well on October 25th. Ada Hoover placed third out of the team and qualified for states. Braley Priest placed second out of the team and qualified for states. And Madison Ingus placed first out of the team, 17th out of the region, and qualified for states. Then they went up to states and on November 1st, and Ada Hoover got third out of the team. Braley Priest got second out of the team, and Madison Ingus got first out of the team and 43rd out of the state.
Yeah, I mean, really good effort there. The key is keeping the injuries down, and they've done that, and that's good effort for them as well.
Yeah, and to see how many players you had there, runners that qualified for states there. You know, you had 3. That's pretty good numbers there.
Absolutely.
Then we got the NCHS volleyball team. They went up to Shady Spring and fell short there. And then they also went on to Princeton and fell short there. But they're only losing one senior this year as well. So, you know, getting those underclassmen playing time, I think that junior class is pretty big. So I think next year is going to be a pretty big year for them.
Oh, I agree. And I've seen the volleyball team many times this year, Grant, as I'm an official for WVSSAC. And the NCHS girls volleyball team, they keep the ball off the floor. And one of the keys to setting your team up is keeping the ball live. And they're just scrappy. And I look for that to continue in the years to come.
Yeah, and that's this week's look around NCHS sports. You know, most of the sports at this point now are almost finished up, if not. So all eyes are on this game tonight. We have the Ripley Vikings coming up tonight to play. What do you think the Grizzlies need to do for tonight's game?
Before we do that, I seen the cameras shooting up in the
Yeah.
rain, and we got to give a shout-out to our production crew. And we're going
Absolutely.
to give a shout-out to them a couple times. You know, Sam's the major producer here. We got Sam Young, Trevor Kaufman, and student Aiden Profit.
Yes. He's been with us all 5 games, too, this year. So
These guys are bringing you images. I know you don't want to come out to the game, but if you're close, come on out. But tell everybody how they can watch tonight's game and listen to us. SCTV, it's live on Facebook. You click SCTV, you like them, and you can get on there, and there's a live link. Sam's got everything up and running. Stay dry in your home. Drink your triple chocolate mocha mukte, whatever you drink. And that being said, you can sit here and listen to us.
yeah, and I can't wait. I think we're going to have a great game on hand tonight. So what do you think the Grizzlies need to do? Obviously had a close game last week against Independence. Obviously didn't go their way at the end there. But I feel like in that game we saw the side of the Grizzlies we have not seen. They were on top of things last week. You could tell a spark has been lit. So what do you think the Grizzlies need to do tonight?
Yeah, Nicholas County coming off with one of the most exciting games of the year where they go into one of the top programs, many state championships down at Independence, and almost come away with that win. It's something to build off of for certain. And both teams here tonight are coming off a 5-game losing skid. Well, one of those teams tonight's going to end, and I have a feeling, Grant, it's going to be the Grizzlies. My key tonight, we've seen the rain, we've seen the camera action, we've seen the people with the umbrellas, and you got to keep the ball. You got to ball control, and you cannot lose the football in fumbles and turnovers.
Yeah, you mentioned the weather, the rain definitely coming down. We're going to get some winds later on, cold fronts coming through. So like you said, to keep not have fumbles, not have interceptions, anything like that, because it's going to be treacherous conditions out there with the rain, with the wind, practically everything, Brad. We don't know what's in store for tonight. So I think that's going to be a big key for both teams. Obviously, Ripley, they're coming in tonight, like you said, 5-game losing streak. What do you think they need to do tonight?
Oh, now Ripley, the same thing. I mean, I haven't followed Ripley, obviously, but Ripley's coming off a 1-game winning streak against the Grizzlies, as this series that the Grizzlies picked up is brand new last year. So we went to Ripley last year to their house, and that's that game last year. Colton Helms got hurt very early in that game, and Spencer Kuiper come in as quarterback, did a great effort to keep the Grizzlies going and keep that offensive running. So these teams know each other from last year, so the Grizzlies are looking to bounce back and win one at our house like the Ripley Vikings won one at their house.
Yeah, and like you said, this series is brand new. Like you said, it's only been one game so far, so hopefully the Grizzlies can tie up that series there. Yeah, I think if you're Ripley, like you said, they're trying to get some momentum, but I think if the Grizzlies can get a win tonight and finish off that season with a W, I think that'll be huge for them.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the Grizzlies, for instance, they faced a gauntlet this season.
Yes.
Their opponents' combined record, Grant, is 58-22. They've played some teams that are playoff caliber teams this year. So their combined, like I say, their combined team record that they've played against is 58-22. Chapmanville's 8-0. Midland Trail's only lost to Chapmanville. Roan has only lost to Williamstown. Indy's only lost to Princeton. And the only one loss Bluefield is to Indy and Princeton. So you look at that, it's been a tough schedule for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, but I think they've handled this schedule with confidence, Brad. And I think they went into some games that obviously did not go their way, but they kept their heads high. And like we talked about, going in last week to Independence, obviously we heard about Independence, how good they are, and to come out there only losing by one. I think last week was a momentum swing for the Grizzlies.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%. I think they found their mojo, and hopefully it continues here tonight on senior night. Last game of the year, obviously there's no playoff consideration for the Grizzlies, as there's no way that they can make the final 16 in AAA football. But like I say, it's one of those things where last week's effort for the Grizzlies was very important for this week.
I feel like with the rain out here tonight, obviously very hard conditions. I think the ball's going to be on the ground, probably in Devin Nash's hands a lot. How do you think Devin Nash, what do you think he needs to do tonight to have a breakout game?
Well, first off, it's good to have Devin Nash back.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously injured there last week and early on in the game, didn't play the rest of the game. And, the thing I'm looking at tonight, Grant, and I was watching him warm up here, is he's got his jersey back. So he has to like that. He's back to number 11. So Devin's gonna be a force tonight, and I have a feeling that the Ripley Vikings are going to have to kind of key on Devin Nash.
You mentioned about the jersey. If anybody out there that's listening, watching tonight, if you don't know the backstory on that, Devin Nash, we've seen it especially against Lincoln when you were up here with us, Brad. Devin Nash was such a key player. It took 2 or 3 people to pull him down each time. Well, as they were doing that, they were tugging on his jersey, and the jersey was absolutely ripped apart as the Grizzlies take the field. We were about 5 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff, but that jersey got tore apart. Got a new one made. He's ready to go for tonight for senior night.
Yeah, as the Grizzlies coming out onto the field, tonight's an exciting night, senior night. You have the American flag being brought out by number 11, Devin Nash, and the West Virginia state flag being brought out by number 62, Jackson Triplett. Grant, the cool thing about them two flags is this is the last game. This is giving me goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah.
This is the last game those two are going to be bringing those flags out. You know what they get to do with those? They get to nominate a future senior, a junior on this year's team, to be the honor of doing that next year. That's a cool tradition.
And could you imagine the honor, whoever they select to get to carry on that flag? Like you said, just goosebumps thinking about it. So we are about 4:30 away to go as we're going to cut to a senior spotlight real quick. We'll be back after this. You're watching on SCTV. Grant Kuiper here with Colton Burkhammer. And Colton, let me ask you this. So when did you realize you had the passion for the game of football?
So I played 1 year in 5th grade, and I didn't really like it. And then all my buddies played in 8th grade, so I decided to come back out. And then after my 8th grade year, I just figured I'd go ahead and stick with it because I felt like it was a thing to do.
So football comes with a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
So how do you overcome them throughout your football journey?
You just got to get your mind right, and you got to put everything out of the football field just to the side and just got to focus on football.
And then could you walk us through a typical game week leading up to that game day on Friday?
So on Monday, it's normally just a walkthrough from the game before. And then Tuesday, we start learning like who we're going to play. We start learning their offense and what we're going to run. And then on Wednesday, we hit. And on Thursday, it's just like a little walkthrough and just getting ready for tomorrow.
Well, Colton, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
what a wonderful playing of the national anthem by the NCHS marching band. Brad, all the pregame stuff is over. It is now the players are down there in their happy place on the field getting ready to go. You know, the emotions of senior night, I feel like it's always a very something that's probably very mentally hard to get back in the groove once you go through something like that, Brad. As a player, how do you think you get back into that groove?
Oh, I think it doesn't take long. You play the game of football, you find your groove back real quick as the captains are going out on the field for the Grizzlies, and you have number 6, the quarterback, the leader, Colton Helms, number 11, Devin Nash, number 62, Jackson Triplett, and also number 48, it's going to be Colton Burkhammer. 4 seniors going to be out there, their last coin toss, Grant,
Yeah.
their last coin toss here at Memorial Field.
And you mentioned Colton Burkhammer. We just had that senior spotlight with them. And Colton Burkhammer, I feel like he has showed us all not to ever give up. Has that torn ACL, still kicking strong. I just think that's a wonderful story.
Oh, absolutely. You did. We'll give you a shout out, Grant. You do those senior spotlights on Facebook, and tell folks how they could watch those back on Facebook. You have a page, don't you?
Yeah, so it's the Nicholas County High School football page. We post all of those senior spotlights on there. I believe you can go all the way back to week 1 and all the way now to week 11, but game 10 for the Grizzlies. So you can go on the Nicholas County High School football page, and you can get all the stuff we've done there. We've had some fun videos with the kids asking them what their favorite NFL team is, their favorite video game. So
You've had some trivia too,
and
right?
some trivia. We had trivia earlier in the year as well. So you have it about anything. So anything you like is practically on there. So go check that out. Once again, Nicholas County High School football page. So we are about 40 seconds away, Brad. As a player, at this point, I would just be ready to go. I'm ready to go up here.
I hear you. And, folks, if you're out here, come on out. The good crowd here tonight at Memorial Field is the rain has let up a little bit, if I do believe.
Yeah, it has, and it'll be interesting to see how it's going to go tonight if the rain ends up kind of letting off to where you could maybe get the ball through the air. I don't see him going through the air early here, Brad, though.
Yep, and if you can't get on out here, give us a like on Facebook. Tell your friends to get on Facebook and watch us here tonight on SCTV as the officials are getting ready. And, Grant, we're getting ready to kick off the last football game of this year's season.
Yeah, it's been a fun season. It seems like just yesterday we were rolling into Oak Hill for game number 1 of the season. Now it's game 10 against Ripley. And, Brad, it's hard to believe we're about to kick off our last game right here on SCTV for the season. It's been fun. 5 games go by very, very, very fast.
I hear you. Wait till you get older, brother. Right, Trevor?
So the Grizzlies are going to kick off. The Vikings are going to receive as number 48, Colton Burkhammer, is going to kick this ball away. We still have the officials at center field here discussing some topics here. So
a couple guys you want to look out for is going to be the quarterback Jackson Moore, 6'1", 185-pound junior for the Ripley Vikings. And back deep, as I see, number 24, Cody Lawrence, a 6'1", 205-pound senior that's going to be one of the kickoff returners back there. So be careful watching them.
Yes, as Colt Burkhammer is going to get ready to kick this ball away. We are so happy you're here with us on SCTV as we get ready for Game 10 of the season. And it's going to be an onside kick to start, and it's going to be recovered by the Vikings. Looks like number 89, Parker Smith.
Yeah, good job there by the 6'3", 195-pound junior, Parker Smith. He was all over that offside kick. That's something the Grizzlies has done in the past.
Yeah, and you could tell it really worked well for them when they went against Independence. They got at least, I think, 1 or 2 onside kick recoveries here. As it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Ball on the 44-yard line. As they're going to look to pass, and it's complete to number 24. And he's going to be brought down out of bounds. Pass complete to number 24, Cody Lawrence.
Yeah, that's who I told you in the pregame, Grant, is Cody Lawrence. That's a pass from Jackson Moore. Folks, you look at their helmets. They're not different colored helmets. They have padding on there. Gives extra protection to those kids. Ripley has white helmets, but they got the black covers.
They pick up of 6 there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. as they're going to hand it off once again to Lawrence, and he's going to fight for that outside. It's going to be brought down by number 10 initially. Brennan Smith, and number 11, Devin Nash, came to help him.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Brennan Smith to really bust that play up. Ripley wanted to get outside on the edge there, and really good effort there by the Grizzlies to keep containment.
The Vikings going fast here, as it's going to be about no gain. Going to bring up 3rd and 4, as they're going to keep quarterback keeper to Moore, and he's going to be brought down by number 68, number 66, excuse me, Isaiah Dillon, and it's going to bring up a loss on the play.
Yeah, that's another good play by the senior Isaiah Dillon, and he really clogged up that middle. Good 3 and out here for the Grizzlies to start the game.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to be forced to punt here. Looks like number 35, Ian Nutter's back deep for the Grizzlies. And the Vikings are going to punt this ball away. It's a short punt. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Yeah,
good job there by Nutter. He probably could have grabbed that ball about the 10-yard line, but would have had a lot of pursuit from Ripley. Grizzlies going to get the ball on the touchback at the 20.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 20-yard line here. Brad, what do you expect from the Grizzlies early here in this drive?
You're going to be surprised with what I tell you. I look for a heavy dose of Devin Nash.
Yes. I seemed like that Lincoln game, I felt like I was a broken record, about just Devin Nash keeping the ball on the ground. I'm sure your calculator burned up that game, Brad, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as the ball is on the 20-yard line. They're going to motion Nash out to a receiver there. It's going to leave just Helms there in the backfield, and Helms going to have a quarterback keeper and is going to be brought down. It's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards there.
Yeah, that's an empty backfield there for Colton Helms, which Colton last week threw the ball extremely well. With the weather tonight, it's going to be a little more difficult for grip, and not only for Colton Helms, but also grip for those receivers to catch the ball.
Yeah, so it's going to look like a gain of 2 or 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 7, it looks like, as they're going to motion Nash again. It's going to leave Helms back there once again, and he's going to look to pass, and it's going to be intended for number 2, Brady Lilly. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Brady Lilly really good down the seam right there. He was open. That would have been a huge get for the Grizzlies right there.
Yeah, it would have been a big play there. Still 3rd and 7 here. I like the passing game early there, Brad.
Oh, I love that play call right there. That was the time to call it. And once again, just a little bit off right there, but it was there.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball at the 23-yard line here for the Grizzlies. And Helms is going to look to pass once again. He's going to get pressure. He's going to break a tackle, and it's going to be complete to number 48, Colton Burkhammer. That looked like a broken play there, but Colton with the catch.
That ball bounced around, Grant. I've seen it bounce around, and good job, good presence there to catch the ball.
And that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as well.
The big-time first down for the Grizzlies.
Like you said, that ball was bobbled around. I thought it was knocked down at first, and then I saw it in Burkhammer's hands there. What a catch by number 48, Colton Burkhammer, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 34-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Nash, and he's going to be tripped up around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's that inside handoff for Devin Nash.
You can tell they were all over that, too.
Yeah, Devin Nash checking out of the game here.
And maybe just, obviously you had the injury last week, maybe just trying to get him limited reps here early just to see how he feels.
Right, yeah. No, I agree.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9. They're going to hand it off to number, I believe, looks like, number 35, Ian Nutter. And it's going to bring up 3rd and short. I was a little, looked like esque of Devin Nash out there, but obviously number 35, Ian Nutter, what a carry by him there.
Yeah, another carry up the middle. Give the offensive line a lot of credit right there. The interior lineman really busted that seam open.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of keeping that line contained, and when you can do that, it opens up opportunity since it's going to be third and short here. They're going to hand it off to Nutter again, and he's going to get the first down and more. And he's going to be brought down by number 10, Caleb Parsons. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. And if Ian Nutter, if he can just get a little bit of a gap, we've seen his speed. He can make big things happen.
Yeah, he has a low balance, and he keeps himself low, which makes it hard to tackle somebody when you stay low. Low guy always wins in football.
So the Grizzlies are going to continue this march down the field as it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 48. As they're going to try to get into Vikings territory here. And Helms is going to keep it, and he's going to get a little bit of a seam, a gap. He's still going to be on his feet, and it takes multiple Vikings there to bring him down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, another good run right there by Colton. That was a little option. He could have handed that ball off or kept it. Made the right decision right there, Colton Helms did. Good pickup.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Vikings 39-yard line. As we are 7 minutes and 45 seconds and winding here. In this first quarter, Helms is going to keep it again. And he is going to pick up about 6 yards there. Grizzlies are doing a wonderful job on the running game early to start here, Brad.
Yeah, mixing it up a little bit as Ian Nutter checks himself out. And it looks like in the backfield we're going to have a new back as it's going to be
26. It might be
Braden
Johnson, and they used him in the Independence game. He can get some good runs for you as well, as it's going to be 2nd and 3. And when you can have those options, we're going to have to see what happens. That's number 6. Colton Helms is going to keep it, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. But when you can have those options, Nash, Nutter, Johnson, it opens up so much because then the defense doesn't really know what's coming.
Absolutely, and that play was a little different right there. That was a little option as Colton kept the ball, but he could have pitched that ball on the outside as well. Another smart move by Colton Helms.
The rain coming down here as it's 3rd and 1 as the ball's at the 30-yard line. Helms is going to hand it off to Nash, and he's going to get up the middle. And just look at how many people have to bring him down as it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a good 3rd down call right there. When you get this deep, Grant, you're in 4-down territory. Grizzlies really doing a good job today of ball control. First possession, it's already down to 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
That's what I was just going to talk about is look how fast this first quarter has gone by as we're just past the halfway point here as it's 1st and 10 as the ball's on the 27, and they're going to hand it off to Nash again. He's going to fight for the outside. He's going to be brought down, it looks like, by number 51, Merritt, and it's going to be a pickup of 2, it looks like. Helms getting the play call there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I like how Colton really nonchalantly, we're just driving the ball down the field, comes to the sideline, gets the play call. We got plenty of time, 14 minutes on the play clock here. Is the Grizzlies ready to roll?
They're going to hand it off to number 35, Nutter, and he's going to get up the middle there, and looks like he's brought down by number 10 there, Caleb Parsons, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short there, but like you just said, Brad, Grizzlies having great ball control, possession control there. As we were under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter, they've ate up this first quarter.
Absolutely. Started off on their own 20-yard line. Now they're down into the Ripley Vikings 20-yard line. Let's get this first down here, Grant.
And it's these very precise drives that wears a defense down as it's going to be 3rd and 3. And they're going to hand it off to Helms again. He's going to be met by number 9, Carter Neal. And he's going to lose about a yard there. It's going to bring up 4th and short here. What do you think the play call is here, Brad?
Yeah, as Colton Helms comes to the sideline, decision time for the coaching staff for the Grizzlies. And it looks like head coach Matt Morrison's going to go for it.
Yeah.
That being said, I think that's the right play call.
I was going to say, yeah, I think it is. You know what I mean? You're deep in the Vikings territory here. You're about right at the 20-yard line here. I would go for it here as it's going to be 4th and 3 here with 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Helms is going to look to pass, and he's going to have number 5, Lucas Milam, wide open. He's going to be close, and we're going to wait for the call. It's going to be a touchdown for the Grizzlies. What a nice pass there for Helms.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection right there, Grant, as Colton goes out to the right side and throws it back left. That's great play call right there by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, like you said, have that change of direction right there at the end. You could tell the defense was all shifted over there. Left number 5, Lucas Milam, wide open there, and he gets in. Grizzlies lead early, 6-0. We'll wait for the kick here, as Burkhammer's going to be on to attempt this extra point here. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Grizzlies lead 7-0 with 3:43 to go in this first quarter. It was a very methodical drive down the field. Grizzlies get the lead early.
Yeah, started off on their own 20-yard line, as I mentioned earlier, Grant, and all the way down the field they march. The wheel route, misdirection, finding a big touchdown for Lucas Milam, the 5'11", 185-pound senior, on senior night.
I was going to say on senior night. And what a pass from Helms, too.
Yeah.
You can tell they've been doing that for a long time.
Absolutely. The game started off with a big defensive stand for the Grizzlies, 3 and out. So we got the Ripley Vikings on their toes.
And the Grizzlies offense got the ball with about 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. The defense has gotten a long time to rest here. So, the defense hopefully can be very, very sharp coming out here once they get out there on the field.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Colton Burkhammer is going to kick this ball away to the Vikings. And it's going to be a little short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's going to come up to the 35, I believe.
That's correct. That's it's called procedure. It's really not procedure, but it is an out-of-bounds penalty.
And it went on at the 32. They're only going to give him 3 yards there, so it really wasn't not going to hurt you that bad. But it definitely gives the Vikings some field position as the official sorting it out down there on the field. So, like I mentioned, the Grizzlies' defense here has almost gotten about 7 minutes of rest. So, hopefully they are sharp as it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at.
Yeah, so 5-yard penalty if it's not quite to the 35.
Okay.
So from 32 to the 37.
And that makes sense there, you know what I mean? So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings as the ball's on the 37. As it's going to be complete to number 24 once again, Lawrence, and he's going to be brought down, but it looks like number 30 for the Grizzlies, Landon Keenan.
Yeah, it's the Cody Lawrence and Jackson Moore show, as you really lean on a Cody Lawrence here if you're the Ripley Vikings.
Yeah, and that's going to be 1st and 10. Like you said, it is the Jackson Moore show out there early, as it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 41. Moore's going to hand it off to number, looks like he's brought down by number 63. Is number 24. Lawrence, once again, he can catch the ball and run the ball.
Yeah, he's their main dude as he sits there in the backfield with Jackson Moore.
So they're going to pick up a 2 there. That's going to be 2nd and 8. Moore's going to hand it off to Lawrence once again. Lawrence is going to fight for the outside. He has a little bit of a gap there, and he's going to be brought down by number 8 there for the Grizzlies, Briar Odell.
Yeah, good stick there by Briar Odell, the 5'11", 155-pound junior for the Grizzlies, and that's that boundary that the Grizzlies have struggled with over the year. And is that a flag on the plate? No, that just looks like a flag.
Maybe a leaf out there, as they're going to hand it off to Lawrence once again, and it's going to be brought down by number 24, Cooper Lanham. And they're going to pick up about 6 yards there. Brad, you can tell this Vikings offense is in full force marching down the field with 2:15 and under to go.
Yeah, and they're doing it on the boundary on the outside, and once again, that's where the Grizzlies really need to get some pursuit.
Yeah, they're making these big plays on the outside, get some coverage out there, limit these big carries for the Vikings as we enter under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. You got Moore back there in the backfield. Correction number 2, and it's going to be brought down by, looks like number 10 for the Grizzlies, Brennan Smith. You got number 2, Peyton Keller, in the quarterback position there.
Yeah, a little wildcat for Peyton Keller, the 5'11", 175-pound junior.
Keller's going to keep it, and he's going to be brought down by multiple Grizzlies there. He's still on his feet, though, and he's going to get the first down inside the 15.
Yeah, good effort there by Peyton Keller. That wildcat formation again, as you're going to get the quarterback coming back in, Jackson Moore, for the Ripley Vikings.
So the Vikings are marching down the field here, and let me just ask you this. When you can have multiple quarterbacks, just the amount of options that can open up, as it's going to be 1st and 10. They got Moore back in there. They're going to hand off to Lawrence, and Lawrence is going to be brought down inside the 10 as number 11, Devin Nash, was on the tackle there.
Yeah, that's that boundary, that's that seam play that they've run in the past.
Ball spotted right at the 10. It's going to be 2nd and 5 now for the Vikings as we enter under a minute. They're going to hand it off. Their quarterback keeper, and it looks number 14, Moore, is going to get in for the Vikings touchdown. So the Vikings come down the field. They start at the 37-yard line. They're going to get all the way down the field and score with 38 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Ripley Vikings, that's a great response to the Grizzlies touchdown. Look out now, we got us a shootout.
We do, and they're going to be on to attempt the extra point as it looks like number 27, correction, number 26, Brito, on to attempt the kick. And the kick is up, and it's good. So the game is going to be tied up here, 7-7, with 38 seconds to go in this first quarter. Like you just said, Brad, a shootout here early.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like this as a fan, but the coaching staff, you get your Rolaids out. You're starting to get heartburn after this, and the Grizzlies got to respond here back.
Yeah, as the Grizzlies are going to get the ball here, and you see that rain coming down here, Brad. It's not as bad as we thought it's going to be yet, but it'll be interesting to see how it gets on throughout the night.
Oh, absolutely. As you got our camera crew, Trevor Kaufman, showing you the rain coming down, and also we got Aiden Profit, student Aiden Profit. As what grade you in, Aiden? He's in 9th grade. So, folks, a 9th grader out here running the camera with us, and of course, the main guy, Sam Young, running the big board. He won't let me push any buttons, but he does a good job.
It's okay, Brad. He doesn't let me push many buttons either. But, and you mentioned it, just so cool that we've been able to do this, come out here, make this with SCTV. It's been a wonderful partnership with them as we get this game back underway with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's a deep kick, and it's going to take a bounce into the end. So nice call there by the Grizzlies, just to let that ball go through.
Yep, let the rain take it back there and get yourself set up on the 20, pick what hash you want it on, and let's roll.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20, I believe, for the Grizzlies. And we saw this last time, starting at the 20, getting all the way down the field. It'll be interesting to see if the Vikings defense has made any adjustments. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, ball at the 20, as you have number 35, Nutter, right beside Helms. Now he's going to motion over. Helms is going to keep. It's going to pitch it to number 35, Ian Nutter, and he is going to be brought down by number 13, Ryan Campbell, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards, it looks like there.
It looks like you're going to have some procedure here, 2 men in motion at the same time, as he's flapping his arms out like that. That means there's going to be some sort of penalty on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're getting everything sorted out over there. As
they're discussing it, maybe they're trying to figure out where they're going to eat after the game. Now here he comes. He's going to tell us.
We'll listen in.
Oh no! Oh, here we go. So that's interesting right there. I mean, that's a gain of 2 for the Grizzlies, yet the Ripley Vikings declined that.
You don't
took the play. That's very unusual to me.
That's what I was going to say. You don't see that often, but it's going to stand as a pickup of 2 for the Grizzlies, as it's going to be 2nd and 8. Ball on the 22, and Helms is going to keep it, and he is going to pick up a yard, if that. So the Vikings defense has come to play here as we enter 20 seconds and under in the first quarter.
So a 3rd and distance right here. When you're going outside of 5 yards, you're probably looking to throw the ball here if you're the Grizzlies. So that's why I broadcast, or me and you broadcast, and the coaches over there, that's what they're paid for, is they make the big calls. It was a good call to take that penalty.
Yeah, and the clock's going to wind down here. So it's going to be 7-7 at the end of your first quarter here. You're watching on SCTV. We'll be back after this.
Grant Kipe here with Ronan Lane. And Ronan, let me ask you this. When did you realize you had the passion for the game?
Well, 8th grade summer, I decided to play football with 2 of my friends, and I was really the only person that kept to it. But, I've started to like football.
So football can be a hard sport. So how have you kind of overcome some of the challenges that has came with it?
Just taking advice from people that are better than me and working hard.
And then your last question here is, what's your favorite high school football memory?
Probably our snowy practices last year and just how long the season lasted last year. I enjoyed that.
Well, Ronan, thanks for stopping by.
Welcome back to Nicholas Memorial Stadium right here. You're watching on SCTV as the Grizzlies have the ball. As your score is 7-7 here, Brad, it's been a very, very intriguing first quarter here. I think it's going to continue in the second quarter here.
It's been an entertaining first quarter. We've been to some first quarters that seems like it's took forever, but this first quarter really rapidly rolled as Grizzlies face off 3rd and long here. And once again, Grant, I'm looking for the Grizzlies to put the ball in the air right here.
Yeah, I would think you would have to, being 3rd and 7. You're going to have to pick up some yards here. We're going to see what the play call is here.
Yeah, empty backfield. You're going to get a pass here.
Yes, and if you're the Vikings, you got to see that coming, right? You've got to have your defense on that. We'll see what unfolds here as it's 3rd and 7, ball at the 23. And Helms is going to look to pass, and then it's going to be intended for number 11, Devin Nash. He had it in his hands. Maybe the rain just slips right through.
Yeah, that was a good effort by both Nash and Colton Helms. Good play call there as well. That started off a little hinky with the ball being down in the turf, and Colton did a good job to dig the ball out of the grass to get it up to throw.
And Nash, he was open too, so that was a great job by Nash to get open there. But it's going to bring up 4th and 7. The Grizzlies are going to punt here as number 48, Colton Burkhammer, on the punt for the Grizzlies. And we get some motion here. We have some flags come in. We'll have to see who it's on, Brad,
Yeah, it's going to be motion against the Grizzlies.
Yeah. They're discussing it down there. And once they get the call, we're listening in right now.
This is a good crew. Oh, it's on the Vikings.
Good ball. Encroachment. It's the defense number 51. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th.
This is a good officiating crew. Bob Bates has done many Super Sixes at the Wheeling Island, so good officiating crew here tonight.
And it brings up 4th and 2. I would think maybe you would want to consider going for it, but the Grizzlies are going to punt. It's a high snap. Burkhammer gets it away, and it's going to take a Grizzlies bounce. It's going to continue to bounce, and it's going to bounce all the way to about the 37-yard line. That was a great punt there. Took a great Grizzly bounce with it as well.
Yeah, all things considered, Burkhammer did a great job gathering that ball up. Good relief for the line, giving him time to get himself gathered back up, and when the ball rolls, it still counts.
Yes, it does. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 33-yard line here. And the Vikings, they had that first drive that kind of went nowhere. That second drive, they got down the field fast. It'll be interesting to see what happens here as the Vikings start their 3rd drive of the game with 11:47 to go in this first half. As they're going to hand it off to number 27.
Yeah,
it's going to be pushed out of bounds, it looks like, by number 8, Briar Odell.
Number 27 is going to be Parker Keller. He was the double 13 you have on your list there, Grant.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yep.
I was looking, I was like, I don't have a 27, but now I do. Thanks, Brad. Yeah. So Parker Keller on the carry there, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards there as it's going to bring up 2nd and short here for the Vikings. They're going to hand it off to number 24. We get whistles, though.
Usually pre-snap whistles means it's going to be a penalty on the offense.
I was going to say, normally when they blow that play dead, it normally is against the offense. We'll see what the call is.
Private set, dead ball, false start, offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, 2nd half.
So now if you're the Grizzlies, you get them backed up there. Now I feel like it's very important for you to hold them. If you're the Vikings, if you can overcome this, then you're in business.
Oh, absolutely. I always like it when the opponent starts beyond the sticks. So big 2nd down here for the Grizzlies.
They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he is going to get the 1st down and some. Just keeps on fighting, and it's going to be 1st and 10 around the 48.
Yeah, a little slippery right there for the Grizzlies, trying to grasp him. Couldn't quite get him down, so finally gathered him up there after a 1st down run. A little speed action here for the Ripley Vikings.
I was going to say they like to go fast, and when you have the ball moving, and then when you can go fast, great things seem to happen. As they're going to hand it off again to number 27, Parker Keller, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. So now the Vikings are marching down this field as they get into Grizzlies territory.
Yeah, that's something as the Grizzlies you don't want. You don't want your safeties and your line or your defensive backfield making tackles. You want that presence up front. As we're going to have to get a timeout here as Grizzlies trying to make a switch and Ripley wants to go fast. So
I was going to say it looked like the Grizzlies were starting to get a little burnt there. Smart to call a timeout with 11:07 to go in this first half, Brad, and now it gives everybody a chance to breathe here, as that was a fast first quarter and starting off as a fast second quarter there as well.
Yeah, I'll give the credit to the Ripley Vikings as they've changed the speed and the momentum of the game right there, as they really amped up the speed of this game.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. It'll be interesting to see what the play call is here. Do you take a shot downfield or do you keep it on the ground? Seems like the ground game's been working for them all game long.
Oh, I keep it on the ground. That's exactly right. Is you don't fix what's not broken. So I agree with that 100%.
If it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right.
As once again you see the rain coming down, and I think that's going to have a big impact on the passing game, at least early in this game.
Grant, I'm glad most high schools went to AstroTurf or fake field. If this was grass, it'd be muddy and it'd be hard to play in. These fields on a situation like tonight are the ideal fields to play on.
They do such a wonderful job of getting rid of that water, and that's what you want. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 36-yard line. And they're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence. And he's going to fight around there on the outside, going to be close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, he really had good pursuit. Brady Lilly out there to meet him, and they both had a collision.
It's going to pick up of 8, brings up 2nd and 2 here. And once again, the Vikings going fast. Moore at the quarterback position. And he's going to hand it off to number 27, Keller. And he's going to be met, but then he's going to break a tackle there and brought down by number 8, Briar Odell. I thought he was stopped there. He continued on fighting, And number 8, Briarota, was there to meet him.
Yeah, Colton Helms there to wrap up. I apologize on the last play after watching Sam's replay here. That was Colton Helms that met the running back on the outside. So Colton, a couple big hits right there. As that's your quarterback as you want him to be healthy later.
They're going to hand it off to number 27, Peyton Keller, and he's going to be tripped up, but it's going to continue to fight. He was initially tripped up by, looks like number 5, Lucas Milam.
Keller, the ball carrier, tripped up legs by number 5, Lucas Milam.
So it's going to bring up second and about 5. As they're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to be, it looks like, brought down by number 10, Brennan Smith, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They are doing a wonderful job of marching down this field.
Oh, yeah, eating up the clock and just making their way here.
And if it continues this way, it may come down to who has the ball last. Like you said, with both teams taking time off the clock. So 1st and 10, ball at the 13. Inside the 15, they're going to hand off to number 27, Keller, once again. And he's met at the line. You could tell the Grizzlies are ready for that one. So it's going to bring up about 2nd and 7. Ball right at the 10. Since it's been a very methodical drive down the field for the Vikings. And now they're going to get the play call from the sideline there.
I like them, Grant. They get set up quick. They don't get in a big hurry to call the play, though.
Yeah, slow and methodical. As they're going to hand it off to, it looks like number 27, Keller, and he's going to be brought out of bounds by number 24 and number 5. You got number 5, Griffin Milam, and number 24, Cooper Lanham there on the tackle, and that's both times you've seen the Grizzlies do a great job of stopping that run game, first up the middle, now onto the side.
Yeah, good pursuit on the boundaries where they've struggled, but not that time. They did a great job pursuing the running back. Huge 3rd down here, 3rd and long.
And this is something we've seen from the Grizzlies all year long. Once you get inside that 10-yard line and you try to run the ball, you're not really going nowhere. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 here now. As now you have number 2, Peyton Keller, and he's going to keep the ball, and he's going to get up the middle, and he is going to get in for the Vikings touchdown. You know, they switched out their quarterbacks there. Did a direct snap to number 2, Peyton Keller, and he got into the end zone.
Yeah, that's what they've done down here on the other end when they score is Peyton Keller come in for the Wildcat formation. Knowing that he's going to run the ball, he found that little bit of seam right there and got into the end zone.
So the Vikings take a lead 13-7. They're going to try to add one more to the board here with 8:48 to go here. Number 27, Peyton Keller, also going to attempt the extra point here. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:48 to go in this second quarter, your score 14 for the Vikings, 7 for the Grizzlies here, Brad. And now the Grizzlies are going to get the ball back here. What do you think they're going to have to do to make a big play coming down the field here?
Yeah, I think it's going to start with just keeping yourself under control. Stay in front of the sticks. Pick up 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. You don't need the big bomb plays. Do what they did on that first touchdown drive they did. That was a big drive for the Grizzlies that first time, the first series they had the ball.
And we've seen it with the Vikings, and we saw it that first drive for the Grizzlies, slow, methodical. I think that's going to be the key to tonight's game.
Absolutely. I think that you do. An old coach once told me, a coach that's been here a long time, he says, we are who we are and we do what we do. And that's what the Grizzlies need to be, is they just do what they do and they are who they are. And they can do it because they did it in that first series.
Yeah, and especially we've talked about the weather all night long. I feel like that might be a key to tonight's game, like you said. So number 27, Peyton Keller, is going to kick this ball away. Last time it got in the back of the end zone. We'll see if it happens again. And it is a high, nice kick. But the Grizzlies are going to return this ball here as number 5, Lucas Milam, has it. He's fighting for the outside edge there, and he's going to be brought down close to the 20-yard line. So you about make it up to where you would have gotten the ball if you would have just let the ball go through the end zone. You're going to start about at the, looks like the 16-yard line there.
Yeah, I think you take a chance there. You didn't get quite to the 20, but I like taking the effort.
and you got closer. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a break for you. And like you said, you got to take a chance every now and then.
Absolutely. The 18-yard line, you start off a couple yards behind the 20. That's no big deal. You could have had potential.
Yes. And you got to take chances sometime to get those big plays as well. If you don't take chances, sometimes you won't get those big plays. So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Like you said, Brad, ball at the 18, and they're going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter, and he is going to pick up a yard or 2 there. Number 2, Peyton Keller, brought him down there.
Yeah, very slow developing play there. A pitch out to the left side. Ian Nutter really waiting for the blocking to scheme out, but the Ripley Vikings really good pursuit. Really slow developing, as I mentioned.
Grizzlies taking their time here. Getting everything set, getting the play call. Now they're going to break from the huddle. Ball at the 20, 2nd and 8. Helms is going to look to pass, and it is going to be attended for number 5, Lucas Milam. He is shaken up on the play. That was a big hit there.
That was a big hit. And usually if you're defenseless, which Milam was defenseless, I mean, I don't know what the definition of a defenseless receiver is, but he had no idea that defender was coming.
Yeah, I agree. That looked like an example of a defenseless defender there, and you could tell he was hurting on that one.
Yeah. Good thing he hopped right back up, though. I give him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
So 3rd and long here for the Grizzlies, Grant.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. Now you're probably going to have to go through the air, and if we've seen anything, it's been hard to catch the ball here.
And the play clock just run out on the Grizzlies. They either called timeout or it's going to be a delay of game as the play clock went down to 0.
That's going to be their 2nd timeout if it is awarded. So it is a timeout for the Grizzlies here. And Brad, 2nd timeout, you only have 1 left in this half. That could be big down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I'd rather take the timeout right there than lose the 5 yards.
Yeah.
You got 7:53 to go before the half, and you get the ball at the half, in the 3rd quarter to start the 2nd half. So don't get me wrong, you want to march down the field here. So that 5 yards is very, very important.
Yeah, and especially when you're deep in your own end, right? If you go get backed up 5 yards and then have to punt, that's 5 yards on your punt you could have had. So I think that's the right decision there.
Yeah, and stay tuned at the half as you're going to have the Nicholas County Marching Grizzlies come on out. And, boy, if you haven't seen their show, they do a great job.
And they always keep it mixed up, too. Every halftime there's something new, and that's what I like the most about it.
Absolutely. Sam and the crew are going to have the Grizzlies right here on SCTV. You can watch the band at the half.
So don't go anywhere, right, Brad?
That's right.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8. And Helms is going to look to pass, and he's going to have number 8, Briar Odell, and it's just going to fall just a little short there. That was a nice pass there, though.
Yeah, that was a deep, tall pass. I kind of think that went above the lights as Briar couldn't find it again, I don't think, because of the lights.
Yeah, it got sky high there.
It really was a high pass.
And now it's 4th and 8, so the Grizzlies have to punt again. And, now the defense comes out there now. Number 48, Colton Burkhammer, is going to punt this ball away. And it is not going to take a Grizzlies bounce, but number 32 for the Grizzlies, Ben Deaton, catches the ball at the 49-yard line. That was nice for him to be right there to get possession of that ball and not let the ball take too big of a bounce.
Absolutely. It had the golf backspin on it. It was backspinning, as they say in golf.
Yes. Our colleague Evan Prendergast would be big on that.
Right. It's good to see him get recognized as a senior, Obviously, he's helped you many a times, and it's been a pleasure doing this with you guys.
Yeah, and, golf for me is a very challenging sport. You really got to work at it, so it's good to see him get recognized as number 27, Lawrence, is going to have the ball. It's going to be a flag on the play. Number 26, Braden Johnson pulling him out. Now a late flag comes in. We got multiple flags. I don't know there,
I think we got 3 different penalties. Well, no, that flag on the middle of the field's not really a flag.
The flag in the middle of the field came out first.
Yeah.
And then you had the other 2 come at the end here. They're going to have a discussion down there.
I know one of them's going to be a dead ball personal foul, throwing the boy out of bounds.
Yeah. The only thing that's going to be interesting is that first initial flag, if it was on, maybe holding on the offense, but we'll have to see here. They're going to get it all sorted out. But, number 26, Brayden Johnson, he was right there to meet him, though. But just kind of threw him out of bounds there as we're getting everything sorted out here. And, Brad, it's been a fast first half so far.
It has.
All
right, here we go.
Yeah, we'll listen in.
Third to play, holding against the offense, number 9. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. Action play, personal foul against the defense, number 5. 15 yards. 6. 15 yards. Will be second down. Say second.
I think.
So you go back 10 from the 42. It brings it back out to the 48 of Rip. Oh, well, they already marked it all off?
Yeah, I would think that would come back. Like you said, it's first down at the 50. It would come back to the 40, and then you'd pick up maybe at the 45, but they haven't marked up there.
It should have been a net 5 gain for Ripley.
Yeah, and they started at the 50-yard line, too, and now they're at the 42. I would think they would be at the 45, but we may have our Grizzly goggles on.
I definitely have Grizzly goggles, but I don't think that's the right spot. But here we go.
Yeah, they're going to hand it off once again, and it's going to be brought down by number 32, Ben Deaton, and number 27, Parker Keller, on the carry there. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Yeah, big first down run there. We need to start slowing them down a little bit here, Grant, is get a little pressure, start stacking the box a little bit.
They're definitely starting to get in the groove as they're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he is going to be wrapped up by number 57, Ronan Lang, and it's going to bring up now 2nd and about medium.
Yeah, good pursuit there. You keep them here at 2nd and 3rd and long. Give yourself a chance.
And then if you can hold them here, maybe get the ball back, you'll have time to try to do something, and then you get the ball to start the 3rd quarter too. So very important drive here for the Grizzlies to hold them, try to hold them here on defense, as they're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, once again, and he's going to bring up 3rd and short here. So big hold here for the Grizzlies as it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 3 or 4. You're going to have a big 3rd down here.
Number 32, Ben Deaton, brought him down. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 here for the Grizzlies. Can they get a big stop and force 4th down? As they're going to hand it off to number 24 once again. And he's going to be brought down by number 24 for the Grizzlies. Cooper Lanham there to bring him down. And Lawrence on the carry again, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's that boundary outside. Really making their way here tonight on the outside, the Ripley Vikings are.
Now they're at the 20-yard line, it looks like. With under 6 minutes to go, we're just past halfway in the 2nd quarter. It's a low snap, bobbling snap.
Oh, that's Grizzly ball.
Yeah, it's recovered by the Grizzlies. That is huge.
That is huge, Grant. That's
Number
that
24,
turnover.
Cooper Lanham, a senior, to get a fumble recovery on senior night is huge.
Absolutely. That's that slippery ball we was talking about. Little transition here for the Grizzlies. Let's make something of it.
And, I have to give Cooper Lanham a shout-out. He helped us film some videos earlier this week, so shout-out to him on the media side as well,
I hear you.
But 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies. As the ball is on the 22. That was a big, big change in possession there for the Grizzlies.
Yes, you stopped them right there. That's awesome.
Helms is going to keep it, and he's going to have a little bit of a lane. That was a great block there. Flag comes in late in the backfield. Number 12. Phil ya, and you get a little shoving match. You got it.
Yeah, we got some penalties.
Yeah.
See, now that blindside block, I'm not saying that's right. That was a penalty as well, but we had a blindside hit here
Yeah.
that didn't get called. So
Well, there's a flag down right there, right in front of where it happened.
yeah, you're going to get another dead ball foul and a live ball foul. The live ball is going to be the crackback block.
Yeah. The dead ball might be the shoving match, maybe. I'm not sure.
All right, here's head official, Mr. Bates.
And like you said, very experienced crew, so they're getting it all sorted out for us.
Yeah, Mr. Bates done many state finals. He's a good official.
All right, let's listen in.
Personal foul, illegal block against the offense. Number 2, there'll be a 10-yard penalty. After the play, personal foul against the defense, number 12. That'll be 15 yards.
So that's a 5-yard net gain for the Grizzlies.
And, you know, that time they did do it right. They marked him back 15, and they brought him up 10.
That's right.
So now it's going to be 1st and 5.
That's right, 1st and 5.
For the Grizzlies, I think, yeah.
But they should be moving the chains. It shouldn't be 1st and 4. 1st and 5. It should be 1st and 10.
So it's going to be 1st and 5 for the Grizzlies at the 28-yard line here. As that was a great break for the Grizzlies, as you got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to work with here, Brad. Plenty of time to get down the field.
Yeah, no, here we go.
And now we're going to get time. It looks like a timeout called by Ripley. So, you know, Ripley burning a timeout there. The Grizzlies have 1 left. Ripley has 2 left in this first half. And I think if you're Ripley, the Grizzlies just got momentum. You know, try to kind of slow them down there maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the that sequence right there. It ended up being a 5-yard net benefit for the Grizzlies, which where the first down marker is, looks like it's a net 6. So
yeah.
I think they marked it off 1 yard too much.
And now they're, yeah.
So that being said, as the rain still coming down here, as you see on the cameras, folks, it's a rainy night. We have been very fortunate throughout the whole year that the weather's been really, really good.
And you know, Brad, me and you are very fortunate, and Sam and Aiden and Trevor, we're all inside tonight.
We're high atop Memorial Stadium in the press box in the penthouse. I mean, we're up here where, I mean, you have to be royalty to get up here.
Yeah, and it's a great view of the whole place. But the good news is, you know, I'm checking the weather forecast here. It looks like it's going to be, you know, there's a little thunderstorms out there, but it doesn't look like nothing's going to hit us for a little bit. So that's pretty good, you know, just constant rain.
Yeah, just as long as there's not any lightning.
Yeah, so 1st and 5 as the ball's on the 28. Helms is going to keep it, and he's going to fight around the outside. Now he's going to try to cut it up the middle there, and he's going to be met by multiple defenders there. Now you got the shoving match going on there. Flags coming in.
Yeah, that was not good as the Ripley Viking.
And it's been getting chippy for a while now.
Kind of did a little souffle body slam on Colton Helms.
Yeah. That's going to be penalties against the Vikings there. And I hope Helms is okay. Looks like he's fine as these officials are going to figure it out. Go ahead.
We'll take that 15 yards.
Yeah, we will. We'll take it every time. They're going to discuss it, though.
Oh, they're going to offset.
Was there one on us?
I don't know, but I think I seen the one official says that offset. So we'll see.
Yeah. I didn't, and like I said, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw, you know, people getting shoved. I didn't see no Grizzlies do anything, but there could have been something that initiated all of that, though, Brad. So we're listening to the call.
We had offsetting foul.
Offsetting.
Personal foul against the blue. Personal foul against the white. The penalty's offset. Second half.
So the Grizzlies get a personal foul on them. The Vikings get a personal foul on them. It's going to offset. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, as I'm watching Sam's replay here, I got Grizzly goggles on, Grant. I wear Grizzly goggles a lot, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, now I believe shouldn't it be first down still where it's
No,
offsetting?
if it's the play counted. So
okay.
it is second
okay,
down.
it was after
Yeah,
the play.
yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, I thought it happened during the play, but no, you are right. It was after the play. So it's going to be a pickup of 1 for the Grizzlies, though. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 as it's starting to get a little chippy out there tonight in the rain. And they're going to pitch it back to Helms. Helms is going to look to pass, and he is going to have it intercepted by number 12, Mason Filya. And there's a flag down in the backfield, though. We'll have to see what that is all about.
I think you might get a roughing the passer.
Yeah. And he's pointing it against, looks like at the Vikings, so we'll have to see. It's getting physical out there, Brad.
Getting a little chippy. As this is where last game of the year, neither team's going to be at the playoffs, so you don't want to get anybody hurt.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. This is the 24 on the retail. 51 penalty. Okay.
The fans making some noise out there for fans coming out tonight. Great crowd on hand. But 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. That's a huge break. But like you said, though, Brad, final game of the season for both teams here. Both teams on a 5-game losing streak. There's definitely some pride out there tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You want to end the year on the win note as the Grizzlies still with 5:15 to go, able to score here before the half and get the ball to start the second half like you mentioned. Really big series here for the Grizzlies.
They're leaving the chains back there. So they've still got stuff that people have to sort out down there.
So if the ball was originally at the 37, so here we go. We're going to be out to the 46.
The ball was intercepted. Therefore, the ball goes back to the line of scrimmage, 15 yards.
Okay, so where was intercepted there? That makes sense. You know what I mean? Normally, I guess it would be tacked on at the end of the play, I'm assuming. So where it's intercepted, they bring it back to the line of scrimmage, then tack on 15 yards there. That's what I'm assuming
another dead ball foul, yeah.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 50. As Helms is going to keep the ball. He's going to get up the middle. He's going to be met by number 24, Lawrence. And now more flags as it is getting very chippy out there. And this is when the officials have to get control of the game, Brad.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Brennan Smith, I believe.
Yeah. And what is this? You've had penalties for multiple plays now. Both teams just need to take maybe a little chill pill out there, Brad.
Let's see who this is on. As I was sitting there watching, I hate to see all this laundry on the field.
Well, it looks like they're putting it on.
Oh, no, it's against. Okay.
44 for
So
the Vikings. That is.
He had Brennan's face mask.
Yeah, and that is Quentin Campbell with the penalty, like you said, the face mask there. So now the Grizzlies have gone into the Vikings territory here with 5:07 to go in the first half.
All by the way of penalties.
Yeah, that's what, You've had 3 or 4 plays there in a row with penalties. It's all been a net game for the Grizzlies as they're going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter. He's going to have some room. We've seen his speed. He's going to be just brought down by looks like number 12, Mason Filya, and it's going to be a pickup of 9. We saw Ian Nutter's speed right there.
Absolutely, and once again, you're still 4:30 to go on a turning clock. You don't want to get in a crazy hurry here. Let's use all 4 minutes to do this.
That's what I was going to say. You want to start using some time now that you have it. So it's going to be 2nd and short here, Brad. And we just talked about maybe using some time, but do you think the Grizzlies maybe take a shot downfield considering you're in that short territory here? We'll have to see what happens. And there's going to be more flags. And it looks like it might be against the Vikings. We'll let them figure it out down there, and then we'll listen in. And then the flag comes in late.
Yeah, that was coming. You could tell, and that's going to be on the Grizzlies.
You got to watch that talking back and forth sometimes, Brad. That's been something they've been really high on this year, and I have to give them their credit for that. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a shame. That's going to be on the senior Ronan Meaning.
Lang, I believe.
Oh, Lang.
We'll listen in to the call.
Dead ball. Encroachment against White. That's a 5-yard penalty. It will be first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Blues. Be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
You know, I got to say, the officials are earning their money tonight, Brad. You know, having to probably go and look at the rules, see what the penalties yardage would be, because I didn't even know that. You know, pick up the first down because of the approachment, but where it's a dead ball afterwards,
Right.
you're going to be brought back 15 yards.
So 1st and 10.
Yeah, and it's at the 34-yard line as they're going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter. We see his speed once again, and he's going to be brought down by number 24, Lawrence, and it's going to be first down for the Grizzlies. It just shocks me, Ian Nutter's speed. He has the great ability to just burst out of a cannon.
Hey, and no flags, is there?
I don't think so. Has to be the first one, and at least. No, is there a flag?
Oh.
Maybe we jinxed us.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen the face mask. I didn't know if the official's seen it or not, but that's a good call there is Ian Nutter running down the field
and
had his mask grasped.
And we've talked about this drive. The Grizzlies' drive down the field has been mostly by penalties.
Yeah.
And normally, you know, we talked about it seemed like there was just a little bit ago there was 4:37 on the clock, just 4:02. You know, just 35 seconds have came off the clock here.
We've jinxed ourselves.
Yeah.
We said how fast moving the first quarter was. My goodness, the second quarter's acted like it's lasted until December.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as they're going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter again. He has a little bit of a gap there. He's going to get inside the 5. Looks like number 27, Parker Keller, on the tackle. And it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Grizzlies. And now you're starting to see them use that time a little bit. And Brad, I think this is the first drive we've had.
First play without a penalty in a while.
At least a couple plays there. So. Clock still winding. Grizzlies need to watch the play clock as it's at 7, now 6, now 5. They better snap the ball quick. Now it's at 3, 2, 1. And are they going to call a timeout?
Yeah, you got a timeout.
That's their last one of the half, which you're in field position here. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, that timeout is a good call there by the coaching staff. Is the time is not really the issue.
And it's not.
The yardage is what you want to maintain.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's going to be their last timeout of the half for the Grizzlies. The Vikings still have 2. And there's 3:23 to go in this first half. So now, you know, maybe this timeout's good for everybody. The Grizzlies kind of getting themselves under control now. Same thing for the Vikings, getting all the play calls right. What do you think? I'm going to assume they're going to keep it with Ian Nutter. We haven't seen too much of Nash tonight, but Nutter's done a great job of filling that position.
Yeah, I don't know the health of Devin, but Ian's done a great job as filling the role of running back, and it looks like Nutter still is in the backfield.
And you talked about how smaller guys always win because you get lower, you get that momentum going with you, and we've seen that with his speed. It just shocks me how fast he can be. So it's 1st and goal for the Grizzlies as the ball's at the 5-yard line with 3:23 to go in this first quarter as they're going to give it to Nutter again. He's going to be met right at the line to gain. Line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 2nd, and ball looks like it's going to be spotted at the 5.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, that rolls another 40 seconds off the clock, but you still want to get in the end zone here.
Well, you want to score because then you get the ball back to start the second half. If you can go up here, hold this Vikings defense, which we've seen how fast the Vikings can go. They can get down the field and score to take the lead before this half is over, but then you get the ball back to start the second half. That's very key if you can score here. They're going to hand off to Nash as he enters the game, and he is going to plow towards the end zone, and he's going to be in for the Grizzlies touchdown. The Grizzlies are one kick away from tying this thing up with 2:43 to go in this first half.
Good push there by the offensive line. Also a great push by Devin Nash to get himself barely over the boundary into the end zone. Good job there for the Grizzlies.
And we just talked about how we haven't really seen him in this game with Ian Etter being in that position. Comes in the game, gets in for the Grizzlies touchdown. Now, number 48, Colton Berkhammer, on to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Or no good. Yeah. And now that is huge because now you're down by 1. The Vikings lead 14-13 with 2:43 to go. You hear the band out there, band doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, and you're going to see them at half. They're going to put on their halftime presentation, and we're going to enjoy it too, Grant.
Yeah, we are. They give us a chance to breathe up here. You know, it's been an entertaining first half, and I think for it to be a senior night, hopefully, and it's going to be a game that's not going to disappoint. We're going to have to see what the second half entails.
Oh, right. I'm excited.
So don't go anywhere, right? Just stay on your couch and watch on SCTV.
Absolutely.
So number 48, Colt Berkhammer, is going to kick this ball away for the Grizzlies. We've seen some onside kicks too, Brad. We'll have to see if we get one here. Let's look at this. We got Aiden Profit working the switcher and the camera.
I hear him. Same. Oh, here he comes back. Okay.
Grizzlies going to kick this ball away. It is an onside kick, and it's a bouncing ball. And number 4, Cameron Good, is going to recover that ball. And we've seen these kicks for the Grizzlies, you know, kind of be a bouncing ball, and we've seen the Grizzlies get lucky. But that was a great job by the Vikings to recover the ball there.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Cody Lawrence in the back there that's going to receive if you kick it deep, and I think that's what we're steering away from. Is he's an outstanding returner.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 27-yard line. They're going to motion Keller. It's going to wrap around the back there as number 14. Moore is going to look. Or no, he's going to be.
Yeah, that is trying to set up a screen right there, Grant, as that screen pass blown up by the Grizzlies. Good pursuit there. Is it once again a slow developing play, and the quarterback, Jackson Moore, had to throw that ball into the dirt.
And now you have him kind of back deep, 2nd and 10 here for the Grizzlies, so you got him right where you want him. Moore's going to look to pass, and he's going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to continue to fight, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. You know, I think he's there, Devin Nash. You know, he's continuing to break tackles, taking multiple defenders to bring him down, and he's going to pick up the 1st down.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100%.
Number 24, Cooper Lanham, brought him down there. As it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Lawrence again, and number 10, Brendan Smith, right there to bring him down. As we got 2:20 and winding here. So the Vikings going to go fast here. If you're the Grizzlies, you got to get off the field. You can see them hustling there. And it's going to be snapped. They're going to, number 27, Keller, and he is going to be brought out of bounds. You got Moore pushing and shoving over there, and a flag comes in late. As Brad, it's going to continue to get chippier here, and the rain starts to come down a little bit harder.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Colton Helms. Is that penalty really a bad penalty there?
2:07 to go in this first half. A penalty would be huge.
Okay, so what we had there, Charlie, is we had too many people on the field. The referees didn't see that. We had 2 players running off the field when the ball was snapped. There was no call on that.
So we had a flag, and then the referee threw his hat, which means he didn't have no more flags. So he said, I'm going to throw my hat. So we'll see there. Oh, and we get another penalty. It's going to go against the Grizzlies.
You know, penalties are raining just as much as the rain out here, Brad.
So That's going to be against, it looked like, number 53, Xander Leffler.
So we're still just going to wait here. They're still sorting everything out. There's 2:07 to go in this first half as we will listen into the calls.
So he's going to say this all in one breath.
After play, personal foul. Against the Blues. 15-yard penalty. After the play, personal foul. Against the Blues. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Blues.
So that's 45 yards in penalties.
Yeah, and they all get enforced.
I like math, Grant, and 15 and 15
Well,
and 15.
And you get you so far down there, you have to go half the distance to the goal on some of
Right.
them. So, yeah, 45 yards net penalty there, net gain for the Vikings, but that last one's going to be half the distance to the goal. And now the Vikings are right in their territory. If you're the Grizzlies, this is worst-case scenario.
Uh-oh. Big old pterodactyl flew in front of me.
So with the ref's still sorting stuff out here. And they're saying it's 1st and goal inside the 10. They're getting chain game figured out over there. So now here we go, ready to resume some football here. As they're going to hand it off to number Keller, and he's going to get in for the Vikings touchdown. More flags come in. We may see this one may come back here.
No, you're going to get that against the Blue as well, I believe.
Yeah. We'll listen in.
Oh, got a holding. So the holding's usually against the offense.
Yeah. No touchdowns good.
Oh.
After play, holding number 11 on the defense.
How do you hold after the play?
How do you – I didn't know you could hold on defense.
Oh, yeah, you can hold on defense, but I don't know how you hold after the play. There's no such thing as an after-the-play holding.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call unsporting-like conduct, but no after-the-play holdings that I know of. But here we go.
So they're on to attempt the extra point here. And if they get this here, Brad, you know, this would be an 8-point advantage here for the Vikings. Grizzlies still have time to try to make something happen. Number 27, Keller, on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Vikings, the Ripley Vikings, take a 21 to 13-point lead. Just under 2 minutes to go here. As Brad, you know, it's getting. We talked about it all night long. It's been getting physical, but it's been a good game tonight, though.
Good response there by the Ripley Vikings. I mean, they were the benefactor of the unsporting-like conducts that the Grizzlies were the previous possession for them. So it's just gotten a really out of hand here. I mean, I don't know how many more penalties the referees can throw. They're trying to get this under wraps, but that being said, both sides really struggling keeping their emotions in check. But like I said, good job by the Ripley Vikings to march down the field. Let's see if the Grizzlies can do it in a couple minutes.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies will only have 1:59 to go, so you're going to have to go faster for the Grizzlies, and you've used all your timeouts. So you're going to have to be methodical trying to get down this field here, as the holding penalty on Nash is going to be a force. So the Vikings are going to kick off from the 50-yard line here, Brad. And now, with what we've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if this ball just goes through the end zone. You take it up, which you can place the ball. But
once again, we've had a lot of penalties. I just never have heard an after-the-play holding call. I don't know how you hold after the touchdown. So,
yeah, because wouldn't it not matter, right? Because he already got in.
Right,
you know, the
that's what I'm
play's
saying,
over. So, like you said, maybe a personal foul, but definitely not holding. But here we go. We're going to get this ball away, and it is going to get into the end zone for a touchback. So the Grizzlies are going to take over at the 20-yard line here with 1:59 to go in this first half. Can they make a march down the field, Brad?
Yeah, I mean,
think they
yes,
can.
they can. I mean, that being said, I like Colton Helms' arm. We have the ability to throw it down, wing it down the field, and let's see what he can do here.
Well, we've seen, like we just saw, 45 yards of penalties. You never know. You might get all the way down the field. But we've seen the passing game for Helms as well. It's not kind of came in as of yet. Obviously, not the best conditions for the passing game, but I feel like the Grizzlies are going to have to if they want to get down this field here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 20. Helms going to look to pass, and he is going to be just through the hand of number 2, Brady Lilly. We've seen it all night long, being hard to catch that ball.
Yeah, that was a good run, good route. That was nice. It would have been a good first down there for Brady.
We've talked about it. You know, Grizzlies are going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter here. So I feel like just even if you can get down the field, that's fine. But minimizing the damage, I think, is also a big thing. Rain continuing to come down. It's a steady, hard rain now as Helms is going to look to pass, and it's going to be just through the hands of Nash. We've seen that 2 times in a row now, that ball being hard to catch. We've seen it both times slip through the hands. And now it's bringing up 3rd and 10 here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a slippery ball right there. That was like a banana peel.
Well, with how the rain's coming down, the rain has increased here. It's coming down harder now. So those passing conditions, it's going to just continue to get worse and worse, in my opinion, if the rain continues to worsen up. So it's 3rd and 10 now. The ball's at the 20. Helms is going to look to pass again, and it's complete to number 10, Brendan Smith. Pitch back to number 11, Devin Nash, and it's going to be a flag comes in late.
There's another flag.
And
I think you're getting a face mask.
that looked like
it.
a Travis Kelce play, you know,
Yeah.
tossing it back there.
I like that play.
It's nice. It worked out. You could tell. We'll have to see what the flag goes on, but the 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, if it stands. We'll listen in.
You're going to get a holding on the defense, number 2.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 2.
Or, yeah.
15-yard penalty. First down.
So does that go at the end of the run?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
a personal foul,
that's
face
a
mask.
25-yard gain there for the Grizzlies. And ball is at, looks like the 45-yard line here, Brad.
Usually my pen gets on fire for writing down running yards, but the pen's on fire for penalty yards.
So 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 45-yard line here. With a minute 42 to go, Helms is going to look to pass to number 35, Ian Nutter. It's complete. He's going to fight up the line there, and he's going to get out of bounds. Looks like around the 50, and that's good for the Grizzlies because it stops the clock.
Oh, absolutely. It's not only stops the clock, it's a net gain of 4 or 5 yards, and yeah.
So minute 36 to go. You got 96 seconds to make something happen. Plenty of time as the ball's at the 50. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Grizzlies getting the passing game going. Helms is going to look to pass, and it is going to be complete once again to number 2, Brady Lilly, and a slow throw down at the end there. But it's going to be just short of the line to gain.
Yeah, Brady trying to make something happen there, had the line to gain,
And now,
come back, and that keeps the clock rolling because if it was a first down, it would stop the clock.
And that's what I was going to say. The Grizzlies have to go fast, which they are, as there's 1:10 to go here. 3rd and 1. Grizzlies need to move fast as we're in a minute left in this first half. They're going to hand it off to Nash. He's going to pick up the first down, brought down by number 9, Carter Neal. And more shoving coming on here now, guys.
Yeah, and I didn't see a single flag on that scrum.
Crazy.
And that was the bigger scrum than hopefully the clock is stopped, so that's good.
You mentioned scrum, starting to look a little bit like rugby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just these big pals pulling them down. They're going to discuss, like you said, I didn't see one flag on that play. And I feel like these officials need to get this game under control. They're trying their best, but it's still way out of hand.
Once again, I don't know how many more flags you can throw.
Yeah, and they're giving the first down for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
No flags.
So the clock is going to start.
Yeah, The Grizzlies are just out there. You don't have a timeout. You got to go quick if you're the Grizzlies. 55 seconds of winding. They're just in the huddle. Now 50 seconds. Helms looking to pass. And he's going to be brought down. The ball is out. And it's going to be.
I think Colton got it back.
Yeah, he did. But now it is going to be 35 seconds and winding now if you're the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're going to try to spike the ball
Yeah,
here.
you got to go quick. Got to get people on the right side of the field, which they do. And Helms spikes it, so it's going to be 3rd and long. With 28 seconds, you can take a shot downfield, but then you're going to have to pick up the first down, where it is now 3rd down here. So you got 2 plays at least. That's plenty of time in 28 seconds, but you need to pick up the first down and try to make anything else happen.
Yep. You get yourself at least down there across the midfield, and even if it's 4th down with under 20 seconds to go.
Now the clock's running.
Why? It was
It
spiked.
shouldn't be.
The clock shouldn't be running.
They'll put the time back on. It was at 28 seconds. No biggie there. It's still running. Now it's down to 16 seconds. 33 seconds. So they're giving
That's
us.
better for us because
Yeah,
it was 28.
Hey, that helps us out. You know, it gives us 5 extra seconds. So 33 seconds for the Grizzlies to try to make something happen here. The ball is at the Grizzlies' 48-yard line. Yeah, he is. No flag, though. Helms is going to look to pass. And it is going to be attended as a push comes in. It was intended for number 10, Brennan Smith. He gets shoved after the math. And it's getting really chippy out there.
Yeah.
And this is when you start to hope nobody gets hurt.
So it's going to be 4th down. I think even though there's 28 seconds, I think you punt this ball away.
Yeah, well, now
because you don't want to give them.
There's a flag that comes in.
So I would take the down. Why would you take the penalty? I would take it down and decline that penalty.
And now it gives the Grizzlies another chance. Obviously, a very long distance to get the first down, but it's going to bring up, it looks like 3rd
and a half mile.
Yeah, or country mile, right?
Country mile.
It looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 33, I believe. With this, no, that's what the ball's at. So Grizzlies going to have to look to pass. Helms just going to get rid of it. It's complete to number 11, Devin Nash. He's going to continue to fight up the field. It's going to be brought down inbounds. Clock's going to continue to tick here. Grizzlies going to have to go fast to get 1 play off.
No, it'd be 4th down, so I think you just let her go.
That's true. Or you can take a heave last second, you know what I mean, and hope for something. Looks like that's what they're going to try to do. You can't spike the ball. 6, 5, 4, continuing to wind. 2, 1, just gets it off. Last play of the half. Helms is going to let it fly, and it's going to be bobbled, and it's going to fall incomplete. Number 10, Caleb Parsons, knocks that ball down, and Brad, it's been an entertaining first half, to say the least.
Absolutely, Grant. It's something that I've never seen before in second quarter of football. I've never seen so many flags and just monotony.
I was scared we got to get the calculator out just to calculate how many yards they were throwing for the flags there. But so your halftime score is 21-13. The Vikings lead. We'll be back after this. We're going to send it down to the NCHS marching band.
4 years, and our saxophone section leader for the past 2 years. Izzy will be attending Glenville State University in the fall, where she will major in elementary education. Izzy Conrad. Jackson Sarah Hobson, daughter of Fred Ford of Mountain Lookout, and the late Devron Khalid of Kingsport, Tennessee. Jackson has been a member of the Marching Grizzlies for 4 years, playing trumpet, mellophone, Grizzlies color guard line. Jackson will be attending Delta State College in the fall to major in alcohol and artistic education. Jasmine Hobson. Skylar Rain Murphy. Skylar. Skylar is the daughter of Jason Lee Butcher and Casey Lynn Jackson of Nettie. Skylar is being escorted by her mother, father, and grandfather, Shannon Jackson. Skylar has been a member of the Marching Grizzlies pit section for 2 years. Skylar plans on attending Fairmont University in the fall to major in graphic design. Skylar Rain Murphy. Haley Sisk, daughter. Haley is the daughter of Sarah and Ross Prendergast of Denise, West Virginia, escorted by her mother, father, brother Cameron, and sister Mackenzie. Haley has been a member of the Marching Grizzlies for 4 years as a baritone sax player, tenor sax player, and has served as the Marching Grizzlies drum major for the past 2 years. Haley will be attending Marshall University in the fall as a music education major and will be a member of the Marching Thunder. Haley Sisk. Ladies and gentlemen, Grizzly family, will you please rise as the band plays our alma mater in honor of the senior class of 2026. Now, as the seniors return to their places, our Marching Grizzlies will play the last few songs of their 2025 season with Johnny Be Good and Back to the Future. while the band is making their way back in position to the bleachers to play the last couple songs in their 2025 season repertoire, uh, let's work together on this one. If you were here before the rain began this evening, if you were here and you had your canopies and your umbrellas, you were toward the center section, we received a text message that you may move back toward that center section. If you were here prior to the rain beginning, that was probably about 5:15 this evening, you have first dibs to move back toward the center section. And then those folks, after those that have been here since about 5 o'clock, then you can filter in toward the center section. We just can't do the umbrellas right up in front of the windows here. So you feel free while the band is getting ready to move back toward the center section with your canopies and your umbrellas. Love you.
My coat. Oh.
I know it's raining, but we do have a 50-50 drawing for the helping hands. Get your ticket out for the 50-50 drawing for the helping hands. The number is 622-491. That ticket is 622-4911. If you have that winning ticket, please go to the center of the football field and do a cartwheel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You can bring that winning ticket up here to the press box and pick up your 50-50. If you have that winning number, 622-491. 491.
Welcome back to some high school football right here on SCTV. And Brad, you know, we've had a very close game so far in this first half. The Vikings have the lead 21-13 over the Grizzlies, but if we've seen anything in this first half, who knows what's going to happen this second half?
Yeah, a lot of composure lost in that the second quarter. A lot of penalties. Even, you know, they run out of flags. They were throwing their hats, the officials were. They didn't have enough flags. And very unfortunate that that has to happen. So I look for both coaches to really talk to their team here at the half. And I have a feeling that it's going to be really much better second half.
We've seen that first drive for the Grizzlies, they made a march down the field. And you had 2 or 3 in there that you kind of struggled. And then that fifth drive towards the end of the game, or end of the first half, excuse me, you got down towards the end and scored that touchdown. The Grizzlies are going to receive here. I think it's going to be very pivotal if the Grizzlies can make it down the field. If they can't make it down the field, then you have yourself in a tough position.
No, and once again, you're a one-possession game is if you get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Still a one-possession game. But I agree with you 100%, Grant. This first possession to start the second half for the Grizzlies is going to be a big possession, not only for momentum, but just for the aspect of saying, hey, we're here, we're back in control of this game. And composure has to be brought back.
Yeah, I think composure for both teams will be nice. You know, you can't, like you said, you're going to run out of flags eventually. Then you start getting into some more nasty stuff. You don't want to get there. So like you said, composure for both teams I think will be nice. You know, before we start, how would we give a shout out to everybody, you know, the people from Ripley watching on SCTV, obviously the people here in Summersville, in Nicholas County, watching here on SCTV. And let's give a shout outs once again. We got Trevor Kaufman working the camera for us, Aiden Profit, a student at NCHS High School with myself running the camera.
A ninth grader.
Ninth grader.
And you're a
I'm ninth grader. Yeah,
yeah,
we're in the same grade. So we sit together at lunch. We have some great conversations on what we're going to do every home Friday night. And I think this is something that's been great for the school and for the county, is to have this live football broadcast for every home game because of like tonight. You know what I mean? Rainy night, good for people to stay home and watch. Go ahead.
And we'd be remiss if you don't.
Yeah, and Sam, the most important jigsaw in the whole puzzle, right? He's the one that's cutting the shots, you know, plugging the interviews in there and everything we have. So Sam Young is definitely a big part in this. And
yeah, we really do appreciate everyone watching.
Yes.
Give us a like, and remember, we're here to help you guys watch this game and listen, and hope you have fun just enjoying this game here on SCTV. Once again, have to thank the city of Summersville for allowing us to help SCTV. So been a lot of fun. So I know you started out the year a little nervous. You tell me how your year's been here on SCTV.
You know, I've learned a lot, but one thing I've seen now is you only get 5 games, so you only have a short amount of time to learn a lot. But I think I have improved since that first game against Chapmanville, and you know, it's gonna be sad when it's all over, Brad. You know, It's been a fun season, but hopefully we have it back for next year.
I have a feeling that you'll be back.
So the Grizzlies are going to receive here as we get ready to kick this ball back away here as we get ready for the second half. You're watching on SCTV. And it's a long, deep kick. It's going to be bobbled through the hand of number 35, Ian Nutter, and he's just going to get on top of that. You had to return the ball there, but nice to get the ball back there.
Yeah, this weather is you've seen the screenshot during the half after the band was playing. Trevor having his camera up in the rain. It is coming down here, folks, at Memorial Stadium in Summersville. It's hard to keep a hold of that ball.
And it's increased too. It's gotten more challenging. The rain is coming down harder and harder, but still no lightning. So we're going to continue on playing, and hopefully those lightning strikes stay away, as it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 13-yard line. Helms is going to hand it off to Nash. He's going to get up the middle, and they're going to continue to fight for it. He's going to pick up about 4 yards there.
Yeah, that's just a Devin Nash-esque run right there. Devin moving his feet, keeping his feet churning, made a little couple more yards out of nothing. So great start here for Devin Nash, getting 4 out of there.
And we haven't seen Devin for a while, so it's good to see him back in the game there. and firing on all cylinders. So it's going to be a pickup of 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7. They have the ball spotted at the 19-yard line. As Helms is going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter. He's going to get up the middle and some. And he's going to be brought down around the 25-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, and it was multiple Vikings on the tackle there.
Yeah, quick handoff there by Colton Helms. Ian Nutter almost run past Colton before he could give him the ball. That's how fast of a cannon Ian Nutter was shot out of.
And we talked about Ian Nutter's speed is so valuable to this team. If he can get some space, he might be long gone. It's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 25-yard line. Helms is going to hand it off to, I believe, Nash, and he is going to pick up about 5 yards there.
Yeah, we're going to give him 8.
Yeah.
So that's a great run as he rolled across the defender. As once again, Devin Nash really churning his feet, gaining yards.
Number 13, Ryan Campbell, brought him down. You know, that initial surge looked like he picked up 5 yards, but for his ability to keep on fighting, gets those extra yards at the end. It brings up 2nd and 2 here. Rain really coming down here now. Helms going to hand it off to Nash. He's going to get up the middle, and he is going to be brought down around the 40-yard line. The Grizzlies move the chains.
This reminds me of the very first possession the Grizzlies had in the first quarter. After we held Ripley to a 3 and out, Grizzlies got the possession of the ball, marched it up the field as it is raining buckets.
It has turned on in the last minute or so. Like you said, Brad, it really does look like this drive we've seen earlier in the game as the ball's on the 40. Rain really coming down here. Going to have to be careful on the snap. It is clean. They're going to hand it off to Nash. He's going to get up the middle, and he's going to be brought down by number 10, Caleb Parsons, and it's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, 8 at a time for a Devin Nash run is perfect for the Grizzlies.
And I just mentioned you got to be so clean on these snaps. You know, with especially this amount of rain, with how hard it's coming down, it could be very easy to have a missed snap. 2nd and 2. Ball on the 48. They're going to hand off to Nash again, and he's going to be stopped by number 74, Ryan Burdett. And he's going to lose about a yard, so now it brings up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's a inside pursuit there by the Ripley, the Ripley defensive line, and good pursuit there by the interior line.
About 3 minutes gone in this first quarter and winding. Grizzlies using some time. We saw this the first drive as well. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, ball at the 47. Helms is going to have a quarterback keeper. He's going to fight around the outside, and he is going to be close for the first down. Looks like he's got it. As number 12, Mason Filya, brought him down there.
Great run by Colton Helms as he really was stopped, should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, found a way to get in front of the defense there and dive for the first down.
He found that extra gear there to lean forward, and he gets the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 49 now for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies marching down the field. Helms is going to hand off to number 35, Ian Nutter. He's going to get up the middle, and he might just be gone. He's at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Ian Nutter takes it in for the Grizzlies touchdown. And the Grizzlies are a 2-point attempt away from tying this game.
Yeah, I tell you, Grant, he was shot out of another cannon, Ian Nutter was, right up the center of the gut of the Ripley defense. And once again, no flags on the play. That's the most important part.
Yeah, absolutely. No flags. It's good to see. The Grizzlies are down by 2, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. So this is a big possession here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, this will knot it up if we can get it.
Grizzlies took about 4 minutes off the clock there. It's 8:11 to go once we resume this. But this is a big play here if you are the Grizzlies. You got number 35, Ian Nutter, right there with number 6, Colton Helms. They're going to motion across number 2, Brady Lilly. Helms is going to look to pass, and it is going to be attended for number 48, Colton Burkhammer. It's going to fall incomplete. So the Grizzlies remain down by 2, but I think that's fine, you know.
Yeah, the big thing is you marched down the field and scored.
Yeah.
Now you do what you did in the first quarter, stop Ripley's possession in the first time.
Yeah. And if your defense can come up, like you said, stop them like you did the first time, get the ball back, even if you get inside the 10 and you don't get in, you can kick hopefully the 3 points and get that on the board as well. So Grizzlies staying in contention here. Just because they're down by 2, we still have a long ways to go.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's a ton of football to play.
As you see the rain coming down, and Brad, it has picked up here in the past about 5 minutes.
Oh, it is coming down in buckets. I have no idea how they keep that ball dry.
Yeah. And for both teams, this is when you got to make sure you're doing all the little things right. You cannot have a bad snap because it can cost you big. But then also we could see it here. If the Grizzlies go for the onside kick, which we've seen multiple times, this ball could be hard to kind of grasp and come down with possession of it. So number 48, Colton Burkhammer, is going to kick this ball away here with 8:11 to go in the third quarter. He's going to kick it away. It's a squid kick, and it's going to be recovered by number 10, Caleb Parsons. So the Vikings are going to get it about at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they didn't want to kick it deep to the Keller boys. You had Peyton Keller back deep and also Parker Keller. I would imagine that they're twins. But at any rate, their return guys are really legit.
Yeah, they're both in the same grade, so they're either twins or cousins. As it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 39. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards there. And it looks like number 5, Lucas Milam, was in there to bring him down.
Yeah, Cody Lawrence started the game out with a lot of runs, and that's what Ripley's going to do again.
And once again, Ripley's going fast here as well. They're going to hand it off to number 27, Keller, and he's going to get up the middle. He has a gap, and he's going to cut it back to the inside. Keller at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He answers back. Just as the Grizzlies get back in striking distance, the Vikings march down the field to score.
Yeah,
what a run by number 27, Parker Keller.
Yeah, Parker Keller, 5'11", 185-pound junior, is once again, he is legit, and that's why you don't want to kick off to the deep to him, is that shows you there what he can do in the open field.
So this is to go up by 10. No, this is just to go up by 8. Number 27. Parker Keller is on to attempt the extra point. And it's a bad snap. This is big if the Grizzlies could return this, and he's going to be no good. So it's going to be with 7:28 to go, the Vikings 27, your Nichols County Grizzlies 19. So, Brad, the Grizzlies stay within 8. That's very, very big.
Yeah, it is huge, Grant, because you're still a one-possession ball game.
If you would have made that kick, it would have gone 9. You would have been 2 possessions out.
Exactly right. Yes, so very good there for the Grizzlies that was mishandled. Once again, I think the weather's the same for both teams, as you mentioned earlier, but the weather reared its ugly head right there for the Ripley Vikings.
Yeah, and both teams have done a wonderful job so far this game of keeping those snaps under control. But like you said, the weather definitely bit the Vikings there. So the Grizzlies are going to get the ball back here with 7:28 to go. The Grizzlies, when they've marched down the field, they've done slow, methodical drives down the field. And it'll be interesting to see if we see that again.
Yeah, I think you stick with what you know, and the Grizzlies really have done well with that tag team of Ian Nutter and Devin Nash. And you get a Nash for 8 yards and Ian Nutter for 4 or 5, and then Ian busts off a wild run. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Grizzlies.
So number 27, Parker Keller, is on to attempt the extra point. To kick this ball away. And it's going to go back into the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Grizzlies are going to take over at the 20-yard line here. And like you said, I think the Grizzlies will keep doing what has worked best for them, and that's keep it on the ground.
Yeah, you almost have to with the way the weather's working here tonight. Is you find those gaps, and I think the Grizzlies here, if they can just reel off some first downs, get first down after first down, that gives you the momentum, and that's exactly what we need is momentum.
What a ball game we are being treated to here on senior night. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 20-yard line. Helms is going to keep it, and he is going to be stopped by number 9, Carter Neal, and he's going to pick up a yard, if that. But I like that quarterback keeper. It's worked for the Grizzlies some of this game. Obviously didn't work there, but you've gotten some big plays out of that, though.
Oh yeah, and then you get Colton Helms out there in the open field. He's hard to bring down one-on-one. So it took a fleet of Ripley Vikings to get him.
Getting the play call, making sure everybody's on the same page. As there's 10 seconds on the play clock, so Grizzlies still have a little bit of time as everybody gets set in motion. Helms is going to hand it off to Nutter. Nutter's going to fight up the middle, and he's going to have some room again, and he's going to be brought down around, it looks like, the 28, 29-yard line. So now it's going to be 3rd and short. Man, Ian Nutter has done a wonderful job carrying the ball tonight.
He has, and it's been one of those deals where Ian's so fast going through the line, it's almost a struggle for Colton to hand off the ball to him because he's just wanting to get through there quick.
And this is something we haven't really seen this season is Nutter with the carry. But he's coming in clutch in the last game of the season as they're going to hand it off to Nash. He's going to get up the middle, and he's going to be brought down by number 24, Lawrence. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Look for something here, Grant, as the coaching staff wanted a ball change there. And
maybe a pass.
Look for a pass here, maybe. You don't usually ask for a ball change unless.
So just past halfway in the quarter. They're going to keep it on the ground with Nash, and he's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards there. Maybe the ball was just getting really slippery. They just wanted a new ball in there to make sure the handoff was clean.
Understandable.
So he's going to pick up 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7 as the ball's at the 39. And we've seen this all night. You're having so many options. You have Nash, Nutter. Sometimes you have Johnson in there as well. So you have so many valuable people to run the ball here. And then you have Brady Lilly, which could catch the ball as well. So Grizzlies have options. They're going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter again, and he's wrapped up by number 9, Carter Neal, and it's going to bring up 3rd and now long. So now I'm going to have to assume the Grizzlies are going to have to pass the ball here.
Yeah, Carter Neal, 6'6", 245. I imagine he plays him some basketball too. That's some height and some size. That's a football player right there.
So no gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 7. Still, Grizzlies going to have to pick up the first down if they want to have this drive continue as we get some motion, we get some flags. And Brad, this second half has been pretty clean so far.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody moved except the ball, and it didn't snap. So I think there was obviously some false starts happening by the whole team.
It's one of those everybody but the center, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're exactly right.
We'll listen in.
Ball. False start. Gets the snapper. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So I always say, Grant, you don't want to start behind the sticks, and, of course, you definitely don't want to be 3rd down behind the sticks. And what I mean, 3rd and long.
And now I think most certainly it's going to go in the air here with 4:32 to go. Grizzlies behind the chain trying to make something happen. They're going to look to pass. Helms has number 5, Lucas Milam. It's tipped by number 10, Caleb Parsons, and it's probably going to bring a punt here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you're going to punt the ball away here, and hopefully your defense can get you the ball back.
Yeah. Well, we've seen a missed snap on that extra point. So, you know, it could happen again as the rain continues to come down. And it's been at the steady, hard pace for a while now. So probably the adjustments have been made. But there's 4:27 to go in this third quarter as number 48, Colton Burkhammer, on to kick this ball away. And it's a nice short punt. And it's going to take a Grizzly bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and it's going to lay dead about at the 11. 10-yard line. That's nice there. That was a nice punt there.
That's a real nice punt.
Way to flip the field. It took a nice Grizzly bounce.
Yeah, that's exactly what you needed is you flip the field, as you mentioned, and see if you can put some pressure on this Ripley offense and get the ball back.
Yeah. So the Grizzlies are going to be on defense here. Can the Grizzlies get a big stop? You know, the Vikings have made their big gains on the outside or right up the middle. So it's just the Grizzlies containing that line there and making sure you have everybody covered, I think, Brad. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 10 for the Vikings as they're going to hand it off once again. He's going to go nowhere.
Yeah, actually loses a yard there.
Number 24, it looks like, Lawrence. And it's going to be no gain, like you said, Brad. That was a great job by the Grizzlies defense there as the Vikings go fast here. They're going to hand it off to number 27, Kellier, and he's going to be brought down by number 11, Devin Nash.
Yeah, big-time tackle there by Devin Nash. As he stopped that. If Devin Nash doesn't make that tackle, he's still running.
Yeah. And now it's 3rd and long. Grizzlies done a great job containing this Vikings offense.
Here comes the fog in, folks.
I was going to say, yeah, the fog has rolled in. They're going to hand it off to Lawrence once again. He's going to try to fight for the outside. But number 10, Brennan Smith, right there to bring him down. The Grizzlies defense has come to play this drive.
Absolutely. They picked up when you needed them. You get a 3-and-out right there. Grizzlies going to get the ball back here.
Yeah, Grizzlies are going to get the ball, but like you said, Brad, now we've had everything. Now the fog's rolling in. Conditions keep getting more and more hard out there as there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds and winding to go in the third quarter. Vikings going to punt this ball away, and it's going to take a Vikings bounce, but it's going to lay dead right around the 46-yard line. So, Brad, what do you think the Grizzlies offense needs to do here to get a nice, successful drive into the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, stay in front of the sticks. Obviously, no penalties. The false start hurt you last drive. You get 3 or 4 yards from a Devin Nash, and then you get maybe 3 or 4 yards from an Ian Nutter. You just chip away at your yardage, and you find your way into the end zone.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 46. Like you said, when you can do those slow, methodical drives and get everything right, you're going to get in the end zone. So
don't hurt yourself with penalties. That's the biggest thing.
And both teams have done a wonderful job with that this second half, at least for the start. And Helms is going to pitch it back to Nutter. Nutter is going to have the side. He's going to have some space, and he's going to be brought down by number 12, Mason Filyaw, and it's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards there. That was, once again, Ian Nutter's speed. That just helps. Even if he kind of gets behind the chains like he did, he can cut that ball up and pick up about 5 yards like he did.
Absolutely. You take 5 yards every time.
Under 2 minutes to play in this third quarter as Grizzlies are at the 41. 2nd and 5. Helms is going to keep it. He's going to fight for the outside. Now going to try to cut it back up the middle. Has some space on his feet. And he is going to pick up the first down. And now the whistle's blown. So Grizzlies pick up the first down with 1:42 to go in the third quarter. The clock will stop. And once again, that's one of those plays where we've seen the quarterback sneak work.
Yep, and it's just really methodical for Colton Helms. He really knows and looks for that opening and finds his way for that open field.
So 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 33-yard line. Helms is going to hand it off to Nash. and he's going to pick up about 3 yards there. So it's 2nd and 8 at the 29. 31, excuse me. And now the Grizzlies once again having that slow, methodical drive down the field. Can they continue this as it's going to be snapped, but picked back up by number 35, Ian Nutter, and he's going to be brought down by number 2, Peyton Keller. And that was one of those kind of lucky broken plays. You had the missed snap, but it bounced right back up into Ian Nutter's hands and got a net gain out of it.
Yeah, Ian Nutter. Devin Nash really got a lick on that last play he run, and then Ian Nutter took a lick here, twisting an ankle. So Nash has to go back in.
And now it's 3rd and 3 as well, under 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter here. This is a big play here. If you can pick up the first down, you just don't want to go backwards. You can make it work on 4th and 2, 4th and 3, but you just don't want to go backwards here. No penalties that could hurt you. They're going to hand it off, or the quarterback keeper for Helms, and he's going to fall forward, and he's going to be close. Looks like they're marking him just a yard short. So it's going to be 4th and 1. We'll see what the play call is when we come back. You're watching on SCTV. Your score, Vikings 27, Grizzlies 19. We'll be back after this.
Grant Kuiper at Jackson Triplet. And Jackson, let me ask you this. So at what point did you realize that you had the passion for football and you're like, I want to play this?
Probably Little Bears. All my buddies, they played Little Bears, and I didn't get started till late in Little Bears. My last year of Pee Wee's when I started playing, and they talked me into playing, and I just fell in love with it ever since. And it's been what I do every fall from then till my senior year, like now. So that's just part of what I do in the fall.
Football has a very long off season. So how do you stay focused in that long off season?
Well, you just got to look forward to the first game of the year. That's all. That's what you're working towards. You're not thinking about it, taking it day by day. You're on your grind. You're eating good. You're in the gym. You're conditioning, running around, staying loose, and you're just looking forward to the last week in August or the last Friday of August. That's when we play our first game every year.
And then if there's one moment in your high school football career, what moment would you go back and relive?
Probably my sophomore year against Midland Trail, because we were expected to lose that game by 20 or 30 points. We went in there and we won 38-0, and that's probably the biggest memory I'd like to relive of high school football, for sure.
Well, Jackson, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Welcome back right here on SCTV. It's 4th and 1 for the Grizzlies. Ball at the 24 as we're getting ready to start this 4th quarter here, Brad. Very big play to start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a huge possession here for the Grizzlies. You want to pick this first down up.
You see it right there. We talked about the rain all night long. It's not been a big factor yet for the Grizzlies. And it's going to stay that way. Hand off to Nash. He's going to get up the middle and get the first down. That is huge for the Grizzlies. Devin Nash takes it on his legs and gets it in, gets the first down for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's what he does. Devin Nash is hard to bring down on first contact, and he always falls forward.
Yeah, and Nash comes out. Nutter goes back in. So 1st and 10 at the 21. Grizzlies getting set up, making sure everybody's on the same page. Helms is going to hand it off to number 35, Ian Nutter, and he's going to be stopped by number 9, Carter Neal. And, man, Carter has been big on the defensive side for the Vikings.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He is what did I say he was? He was 6'6", 245, Grant. He's a basketball player too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at that height. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Grizzlies make it back to the line of scrimmage as Helms is going to hand it off to Nutter. He's going to cut through the middle there, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards there. So now it's 3rd and medium here. And, Brad, do you think you keep it on the ground, or do you think you have to go through the air? I think you keep it on the ground. This is 4-down territory, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It was 4-down territory before, so you definitely are 4-down territory now. Yeah, you find yourself to get 4 or 5 yards here, you're definitely going for it on 4th down.
as long as you pick up at least, half, then it puts yourself in a great fourth down position. As the clock continues to wind, the Grizzlies have ate up a lot of time this game, but it's just been slow, methodical, wearing that defense down. As they're going to hand it off to Nash once again, and he is going to get brought down by number 9, Carter Neal, and it's going to be 4th and about 3 or 4. So you did exactly what we wanted you to do, right? You picked up about half of that. Now it's going to be a very interesting 4th down play here. I don't know if you would pass it here. I think you still keep it on the ground. I just don't know if you'd be able to get it if they meet you that first time.
Yeah, the thing of it is you have options. So that keeps the defense on their heels as well.
Yeah.
So if we don't know what they're going to do, then the defense doesn't know either.
Absolutely. So. And it's 4th and 3. Ball at the 15. They're going to hand it off to Nash, and he's going to try to fight back. He's going to pitch it back to Helms. Helms is going to dive on it, and that was just, kind of desperation there, trying to keep it alive. But the Grizzlies still have plenty of time to try to hold him here and get back in position. But the Vikings are going to take over here right about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was just Devin Nash trying to give the ball back to Colton.
Yeah.
And Helms, it was a hot potato there for a minute, or a wet potato.
Yeah. And I think that was just Nash trying to make something happen.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, ball to 29. We saw the Grizzlies defense come up big. Can they do that again and give their offense another chance with just under 4:30 to go? As they're going to hand it off to number 27, Kellier, and he's going to fight up the middle. He is at the 50, has some more room, and he's going to be brought down by number 8, Briar Odell. What a great tackle by number 8, Briar Odell, to get there and bring him down.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of yardage for the Vikings.
So it's going to be a 1st down for the Vikings. Just using all that time, under 9 minutes to go now. Grizzlies defense needs to come up big here. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by number 11, Devin Nash. And that is huge for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a good gap shot there by Devin Nash to get into the backfield and get that shoestring tackle.
Yeah. It's all about, got him tripped up there, and that was the factor at the end of that play. So it's 2nd and 4, loss of 4 there, as the ball is at the 44. They're going to hand it off to Keller once again, and he is going to be brought down by number 32, Ben Deaton. And now it's going to be 3rd and 11. You pick up a 3. This Grizzly defense has come to life this second half.
Yeah, no, the defense has really picked up their efforts.
And if you can get the ball back here, 8 minutes to go, and with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter here, it would be very, very big.
Oh, you have to have a stop. You cannot go down 2 scores here.
Yeah. So 3rd and 11, ball at the 41. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 5. And do you go for it here, or do you think you just punt this ball away?
Oh, I think they go for it. They're going to get on the line here and go quick.
You got a kid tying a shoe on the side there. Now he gets back up. 4th and 5. Big play here. Now we get a flags. Looks like the Grizzlies may have jumped.
Yeah, that's going to be a offside, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's a drive killer right there. So there's discussing it. Here's the call. We're listening. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 30-yard line. Brad, you had it all there, right there for you, 4th and 5. You jump off sides, but you can't let that affect you. Still got 7 minutes and winding. Probably not in field goal position. They may be, but if you're the Grizzlies, you got to stay on them here. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence. And he's going to pick up about 5. He's going to bring up 2nd and 5 as the clock continues to tick. 6:45 to go in winding.
Yeah, they're just going to go with the ground and pound game to try to wear this clock down.
And if you're the Grizzlies defense, you have to know that's coming. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 as the ball's at the 25. They're going to hand it off to number 27, Kellier. He's going to get up the middle. He's going to be just brought down right to the line to gain. Looks like he's going to be short. Looks like he's going to bring up 3rd and 1. So he's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here, Brad. We've seen the Grizzlies defense come up big once they get inside the red zone here. You're right there on that as the Vikings go quick. They're going to hand it off to number 14. And we get flags in late.
Yeah, you're going to get a face mask on the Grizzlies.
And that's not what you want.
Yeah, the Grizzlies self-destructing with penalties. Is that 4th down penalty hurt? This penalty is going to...
So now if you're the Grizzlies, we've seen it earlier in the game. You know that goal line defense, you're right there at the 10. Obviously, you can't have those penalties that hurt you, but...
You can still hold them out of the end zone here. You're still in good shape.
Yeah.
I mean...
5:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Grizzlies need a stop. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to be brought down by number 32, Ben Deaton, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards there. And they have to pick up the 1st down to get into the end zone. So that is big if you're the Grizzlies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Ben Deaton really active on the defense in the 2nd half here, a 5'11", 155-pound junior. Really making his presence known here tonight.
So 2nd and 5, ball's up to 5. Grizzlies defense needs to come up with a stop here with just under 5 minutes. They're going to hand it off to number 24, Lawrence, and he's going to be short. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. They can pick up the 1st down if they pick up about a half a yard. This is if you're the Grizzlies, you just want to push them back and make it 4th and 2. The thing is, though, do you think if you're the Vikings, do you think you would kick the 3 points here? Because you're probably in field goal position.
Oh, no, you want a touchdown. Yeah, you want to get it in the end zone.
Number 24, Lawrence, is going to get in for the Vikings touchdown. And Brad, that is huge if you are Ripley to go up 2 possessions here.
Yeah, that hurts right there for the Grizzlies. Is once you mention 4:15 to go in the 4th quarter.
So it's a 14-ball game, 2-possession game. Grizzlies not out of it yet, though. We've seen some onside kick recoveries last week in Independence, so make sure to stick to the finish as number 27, Kellier, on to attempt the extra point, is up, and it is good. So it's a 15-point lead. Still a 2-possession ball game here. Grizzlies can definitely cut into this lead, but Brad, you're going to have to go fast.
You have to score quick. That's exactly right. And then depending on how fast you score determines on whether you need to do the offside kick like you mentioned. But once again, first things first, you've got to get the Grizzlies in the scoring and get in the end zone.
And I'm going to say something. The rain has slacked off. I don't really you see a little bit coming down. It's not as bad as it was. So the Grizzlies could definitely be past the ball here now. You're going to have to either way, but it might just be more favorable conditions.
I don't know. I'm looking at Trevor's camera, and it's showing rain still coming down.
Yeah, it's still coming down. Not as bad as it was, though. I think either way, you're going to have to pass the ball, though. So 4:15 for the Grizzlies to try to make something happen on senior night. As there's 4:15 to go, we're going to get this ball game back underway. Number 27, Parker Collier, is going to kick this ball away, and it's a deep ball. Going to be returned by number 5, Lucas Milam. Going to be pitched back to number 35, Ian Nutter. We have seen his speed. He's going to get up the middle. He has one more guy to break. He's going to cut back to the inside. That is a huge return. I love that play to pitch it back to number 35, Ian Nutter, because we just saw his speed on full stage right there.
Yeah, Ian's quick, and he just really hits the open field really well. So that being said, good starting position here for the Grizzlies. Now you got to make use of it and get yourself in the end zone quickly.
4:06 to go. The Grizzlies can score with about 2 minutes left. Then you put yourself in a great position if you get the onside kick to try to make something still happen. The rain has slacked off like we mentioned earlier. It's still a little raining out there, but for the most part it's slacked off. The Grizzlies are going to have to go in the air either way. Nash going to motion on out to the receiver position. Helms is going to look to pass, and it's going to be complete. No, just bobbled. He had it in his hands. Number 48, Colton Burkhammer, he had it in his hand. That hit came in and just knocked the ball loose.
Yeah, that was a good job throw to the tight end. Defense for the Vikings really put a lick on Burkhammer.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. If you are the Vikings, probably going to assume this ball's going to go in the air here. They're in that pass coverage defense. Helms going to look to pass once again. He's going to let it fly, and it's going to be just broken up. Number 12, Mason Filia, almost picked that ball off. Just got knocked out at the last second. So now it's 3rd and 10, Brad. Grizzlies got to make something happen.
A little flea flicker trying to get that ball to Brady Lilly deep down the field. Vikings not really surprised by that call right there.
So now it's 3rd and 10. Grizzlies have 2 more plays to try to make a first down happen and extend this drive. Helms going to look to pass once again, and it's going to be just bobbled. Number 5, Lucas Milam, and we're just seeing those wet conditions play a factor here late.
Yeah, 4th down here for the Grizzlies.
And now it's going to come down to this. Grizzlies still have all 3 timeouts, I believe, but if you want to try to extend this game, you're going to have to try to score fast. But, you know, we've just seen 3 close balls that could have been caught that's been dropped. There's reps now. Maybe the Grizzlies can catch a ball here late, pick up the first down. 3:49 to go. Helms going to look to pass, and he's going to take it on his feet. No, now he's going to pass it. It's going to be complete to number 5, Lucas Milam. The Grizzlies pick up a big first down when it counts. The clock is going to stop with 3:41 to go.
Yeah, good job by Colton Helms. He could have probably run that ball, but very good patience by Helms to find Milam downfield.
3:40 and winding. Grizzlies have to go fast. They're going to look to pass again. Helms is going to pass it again, and it's going to be just short. Intended for number 5, Lucas Milam. Again, you can tell that Helms is trying to get it to Milam. They have that chemistry almost figured out. So it's going to be 3:30 to go in this 4th quarter. 2nd and 10. And, you know, that play was fast, too, so it stopped the clock. You still got, like I said, ideally, if you can score with about just above 2 minutes left, you're in a great position if you can get the onside kick, but it all starts right here. It's a low snap. Helms is going to have his pass intended for number 2, Brady Lilly. It's intercepted by number 12, Mason Filia. Just went through the hands of Lilly, and it's going to be intercepted by number 12, Filia. And Brad, if you are the Vikings, that is huge.
Yeah, that probably puts a nail in the coffin for the Grizzlies right there. You got 3:23 to go. You're the Vikings. You're definitely going to want a ground and pound game. Eat that clock up.
Yeah, now there's 2:23 to go. I believe the Grizzlies have at least 2 or 3 timeouts left. They're going to hand it off, and he is going to be stopped right there by the line of scrimmage. Grizzlies not giving up late. And I would assume if you're the Grizzlies, you want to burn a timeout here. They're not going to. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 seconds. So, Brad, if you're the Vikings, I would just run this play clock all the way down.
Oh, absolutely. You burn as much time as you can.
Grizzlies not using a timeout. It's going to be 2nd and about 14. They're going to hand it off to Kellier, and he is going to be brought down by multiple Grizzlies once again. And I would assume now the Grizzlies are going to burn a timeout with 2:37. Not done yet here, folks. So don't go anywhere. Brad, 2:37 to go in the 4th quarter. You have it as 3rd and long here. If you can hold them here, call another timeout. They're going to. I would assume they would punt the ball away. Then you got about 2 minutes left. Now you probably want to score as fast as you can in whatever time's left. If you do score, and if you get the onside kicks, how much time's going to be left? But you have to hold them here. It all starts right here.
Absolutely. This is a huge 3rd down. And mentioning behind the sticks, Ripley really behind the sticks at 3rd and 14.
And when we seen this earlier, the drive that Ripley scored to go up 2 possessions, the Grizzlies had them, contained. You got to make sure you have no penalties here late because that would kill the drive.
Oh, yeah, and ideally you'd like Ripley, the Vikings, to throw the ball here and it be incomplete. But I have a feeling that they're going to put it on the ground, make the Grizzlies use their 2nd timeout to stop that clock.
So there's 2:37 to go. So there's 3:14 to go. Ball at the 30. Grizzlies need to try to hold the Vikings here if they want to have a shot. They're going to hand it off to number 27, Kellier. He's trying to fight for the outside, and he's going to cut back in, and the Grizzlies are going to bring him down inbounds. Clock's going to run. I would assume a timeout, and they are going to call a timeout. So 2:26. Grizzlies are going to get the ball here with probably about 2:14. Once this punt's away, and you may go for it, but I just don't see him not, Brad.
Yeah, you give Peyton Keller a lot of credit. That was 27, Parker Keller.
Yeah.
Give Parker Keller a lot of credit. He had the wherewithal to keep himself in bounds so the clock would run and make the Grizzlies call their 2nd charge timeout.
So the Grizzlies call their 2nd charge timeout. There's 2:26 to go here, Brad. Grizzlies trying to make some magic happen, and it's not done with yet. If we've seen anything this season, the game's not over until the final whistle blows.
Yep, you're exactly right. That's why they play the full game.
And it looks like number 27, Parker Kellier, is kind of shaken up on the play there, Brad. And you mentioned how well he's played tonight. He's had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, no, Parker Keller, a 5'11", 185-pound junior. Both Keller boys has done very, very well.
So 2:26 here. Looks like they're going to punt this ball away. They're still in the huddle here. And Brad, obviously if the Grizzlies come out with a loss here, senior night, not what you want. But I think all these seniors should be proud on how they've played tonight, and I think they should be super proud on how they've played this season, considering the strength of schedule they've had.
Oh, a super tough schedule, and you're exactly right. There's nothing to hang your head low about. This has been a great team this year as far as playing the opponents that they've played.
So it looks like the Vikings are going to go for it here. As it's 4th and 9, this could be huge to give Grizzlies some great field position. And maybe they're just trying to draw them offside. And, yeah, they're going to call a timeout. So some trickery trying to be played. The Grizzlies didn't fall for it. As now the Vikings going to call a timeout.
Yeah, and they're going to put the punt team in there as the Vikings are going to punt the ball away. But I'll bet you one person they don't punt it to is Ian Nutter.
Yeah. And if you do get to Ian Nutter, don't be surprised. We've seen his speed. He can get that ball up the field fast. and his ability to make those moves, who knows, he could get some big space and make something happen with it. But no, Brad, I think tonight we've had it really all. You know, that first quarter went really, really smooth and fast. Second quarter got a little choppy. Third quarter, everybody came out. Rain kind of hardened on up. We've even had fall come in, but third quarter was pretty smooth, and we've seen great football tonight.
No, it's been a very entertaining game, except for that second quarter where we had a plethora of flags and a lot of dirty laundry on the field.
But you got to give credit to both of these teams going into halftime and getting both teams under control, and it's been a wonderful game ever to watch since. So it's going to be 4th and long here as the Vikings are going to punt this ball away, and it's going to take a Vikings bounce. Going to get all the way to the 23, 22-yard line. So the Grizzlies going to have to march down the field. You're going to have some big big passes down the field with 2:15 to go. Grizzlies, it's tight on time, but you can make it happen.
Oh, absolutely. That's, once again, you got to score quick here, though.
And you know, Brad, we've given shout-outs tonight. How about we do it one more time? Our phenomenal camera crew tonight. We got Aiden Profit, Trevor Kaufman, both working the cameras for us. Of course, Sam, the producer, making everything happen. And, Brad, thanks for coming out once again tonight.
It's been a pleasure, Grant. And I think it's wonderful. Hopefully you guys can get a club started within the high school, like a broadcasting
Absolutely.
club. I think that would be good for the system.
Absolutely. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. The ball's at the 23-yard line. Helms is going to look to pass, and it is going to be complete to Devin Nash. He's going to break free. Ball comes out. Nash gets onto it. I'm surprised they didn't blow him dead there for forward progress.
Yeah, that was a little dozy-do with the defender as the clock is continuing to run.
Yeah, now the Grizzlies really have to go fast. You have a timeout, I believe. One more timeout left. You don't want to burn it thin. You got to go fast if you're the Grizzlies. 1:45 and winding. Got to take a big shot downfield. Helms going to look to pass. And it's going to be complete to number 5, Lucas Milam. He's going to try to cut back for it. And he's going to gain a yard if that. Now, 1:30 and winding. Brad, you call a time. It looks like a player's hurt. No whistles yet. Clock's still rolling. 1:15 yet. Clock's still rolling. Have a staff member on the field.
Yeah, that's Newt McCutcheon, the trainer.
Yep.
As Mr. McCutcheon wants to go out and tend to his injured player, but the officials have none of it.
Now a minute left. This has gone completely the opposite way. Now Helms is going to have to try to get rid of it, and he can. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Brad, this has gone the way you don't want it to go. I believe the Grizzlies don't have a timeout. They're not burning none. You got 45 seconds left. This is going to be the last play of the game here, Brad.
Yeah, down to 40 seconds.
Yeah. So I guess they didn't have a timeout there because the clock's still rolling. Still waiting for the play clock. Now we get a timeout. Is it by the Vikings or is it by the Grizzlies?
No, I think that's a timeout by the Grizzlies.
So what?
With 23 seconds to go. You got big. It all started with that first down play. It was caught by Devin Nash. Almost I wished he would have dropped it, that completion, because that was a loss of 10.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, you had the player down there. Obviously, I'm not the coach, but I probably would have burned the timeout there, you know what I mean? Leave about 1:30 on the clock. But clock's gone all the way down to 23 seconds. Grizzlies burned their last timeout. And it's going to be shown 4th and 20. So Grizzlies are going to have a play here to make it downfield. But like you said, Brad, that time has just gone off the scoreboard just in a flash. And now the rain's kind of coming down a little harder. Grizzlies, Brad, going to take a shot downfield, and 23 seconds left here for the Grizzlies. Helms going to look to pass, complete to number 5, Lucas Milam. Going to pitch it back to number 11, Devin Nash. He's brought down with 16 seconds left. The Vikings are going to take over, Brad, and I think that might just about do it.
Yeah, clock stops with change of possession as it's a turnover on downs. But one snap of the ball by the Vikings, and that will complete the game.
Yeah. And like you said, that last drive just kind of went bad.
Yeah, it went backwards quick and just couldn't recover from them negative yardage plays.
Yeah. And like you said, it kind of hurt you with all from the beginning. Catching, obviously you made the catch, that's great, but then you went down the backfield and then the clock ran off, and then obviously you had that whole play with the injured player and more time came off. Then finally the Grizzlies called a timeout. 4th and 20, Grizzlies can't make nothing happen. Vikings in victory formation, they take the knee, and that is going to do it. Your final score, Vikings 34, your Grizzlies 19. And Brad, man, it's been a wonderful season.
I agree, Grant. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and, from our entire SCTV crew, we are so happy we could bring you high school football this season. From our cameramans, Adam Profit and Trevor Kaufman, from our producers, Sam Young, and everyone that has been a part of this incredible first season, we say thank you. From Brad Anderson, I'm Grant Kuiper saying good night, everybody. We'll see you next year.